allowed to do this. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you.
Hello there.
Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, number one.
Good morning to you.
Maiyegun la wa mo.
Good afternoon to you.
Maiyegun diary.
And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from.
Maiyegun diary, number one. Glory Facebook, glory YouTube.
So this is Maiyegun live. And thank you so much for joining me again tonight from wherever you are watching from. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today. Not just that. You can tag the Buhari Deans, the Buhari Didirins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus. Don't forget the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Uneka Aris, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiri. And if you are in any way closer to their own, any group they have out there, just tag all the clans of the Sai barbarians. We are about to start.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
So we are following their campaign charade trail, or the trail of their charade. Koolu is in Kano. And what happened in Kano? And what are the perspectives from Kano and on others too? I will likely be able to share that with you tonight.
Presido bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra yìí. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra yìí. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
You are all welcome to the Temple of Truth. T-O-T, the Temple of Truth, where Maiyegun General is the Baba Gio. You can just say Gio. And ladies and gentlemen, brethren, you are welcome to tonight's service. One of the reasons why a lot of us believe that Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria cannot be helped. If anybody care for Nigeria, the right thing to do is to break it up and save lives. Anything else or everything else is just like kicking the can down the road. Why? Just take a look at the system that pop up, the characters that are running the system that are in other way, right, affecting, or should I say, the system that is popping up criminals who have to oversee and make decisions that will actually impact in the lives of millions of people. The result that you can easily tell, even without being a professor of any research. Now, it is the system, and that, personally, is the reason why many of us will never, ever invest a tiny bit of us in anything like Nigeria anymore, other than to tell others too that when you continue to invest it, you are only wasting away, wasting your life, wasting your time. Ask those before you, why did it take them this long? It's because they thought they could do something. No, they couldn't, and you can't. However, take a look at the system popping them up. Nigeria system represents, if you are looking for the textbook definition of what corruption means, when they call something, in America, they call them deep state. Now, let me break that down for you. Without government, I don't think any of us would officially exist to start with, which means without people filling up government positions, making decisions that will end up affecting all our lives, then there is actually no country or no government, no nothing. So a banana republic sort of, something that Nigeria has become, because wrong people, criminals, are always rewarded in Nigeria. It is what it is. And that is why they say, if you can't beat them, you end up joining them, or you will end up dead. So the system pop-up criminals who are also protected because they have to make laws, they have to make policies, they have to implement some of their laws, right? They have to appoint judges, they have to, all the existential part of your lives, they have to impact in one or two of them or all of them. Now, these are the criminals who are much like known, right? So how do you expect criminals who have done horrible things just to either get to power or retain that power, horrible things that have affected millions of lives that some of you somehow would love to pretend to say is the cause, or maybe is just God, or blame it on the devil. Horrible, horrible people, right? And then you want them, or you expect them to turn good simply because you have some certain faith in criminals. So people like us don't. So if you look at the system that produces all these people, let's take that of the Kano, for example. Somebody was telling me a story about godfathers. So you can take Koolu and the Gandollar. I'll use Kano and Lagos. So that person was telling me something about godfatherism. And he said, People usually believe that godfathers in Nigeria, what they are mostly after is to control everyone, control everything, and the rest of that. But that is not it. It is like a bazaar system whereby, do all you want, commit all the crime you want, okay? As long as you are not holding me from doing mine too, in government or out of that government. So a godfather will come and say, for example, like Koolu. Koolu will be like, everybody who wants to be a governor. Oh, sorry, you will be a governor, you will be a deputy, you will be a senator, you will be this or that, and you can do all you want. So when they all come back with what they have managed to use the system to rig in their favor, which is all they do all the time, all they have to do is to give a cut to the godfather. And whatever godfather wants, he can take from the same system that all of them are also, they are also looting, like they are also like a milking. So how do you think a system that produces this character, suddenly, okay, is going to be a system that produces its characters and at the same time produced over 130 million poor Nigerians in a space of 7 years? How do you think such system will suddenly turn around and then be in your own interest? So Gandollar, who happened to be Kwakwanso's deputy, if I am not mistaken, from the same PDP. But in 2015, when the governors and all of them were moving to another, to go and form APC, Gandollar was already a successor, like, okay, it's going to be the successor. So the first person who used that wave and the thief became a governor in Kano. Mind you, APC, Egbekegbe, who came in and promised you that for the first time in your lifetime, you are going to see those who have been feeding their families, those who have been surviving on your money. You are going to see them in chains. You're going to see them behind bars. They're going to go to jail. In your lifetime, you're going to see this. But guess what? It was all a charade. It is like using drug money, okay, to bring somebody to government. And that same government is campaigning to crush drug and all of that in that same country. It's a pure joke. Those who believe them, it didn't take long before they found out that they bought scam. So Gandollar happened to be the original, the best template for Buhari, right? To show to you that he has a government that is fighting corruption. So what happened? For the first time, you are going to hear about people stealing money, governors diverting money. Most of the time, those money never goes to them directly. They go to their proxies, their children, wives, friends, girlfriends, and some other people like faceless people like that. So when they begin to trace some of the money and they get to know how they got the money out of the cover of the state. For the first time, we saw a governor in Nigeria collecting bribe on camera, dipping that same into his own babariga. And you know what happened afterward? Nigerians, the Buharidins, the Buhari Didirins, the Buhari Dinotus and the Buhari Dijatus, the humbled slaves, obedient fools and sophisticated morons, their uncles and aunties abroad, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Promax, the Abrodian Buhari idiots, they quickly came in defense of that. In fact, some said it was deliberate. They deliberately set him up. Like it's a crime to record a governor without his consent. Almost like joke, like play. The House of Assembly in Kano, they cleared Gandollar. And then the government of Kano, they declared the whistleblower. They declared him wanted. Seriously. They got him, took him to court, and they charged him for a crime of recording a governor without his consent. All that happened, right, between 2017 and 2018. It came to light in 2018, and by so doing, and the failure of Boko Haram at the time, it was now war. If Gandollar was going to go to jail, or he was going to just be like Bashir Lawal, they will ease him out. Nobody will touch him again. He had to fight for his life. In this criminal enterprise, I am never going to go down. That's exactly what happened to Gandollar. It was a state, in fact, the entire Nigeria sponsored propaganda to turn Gandollar to victim. What was that money? I'll tell you. From our researches, which some of the politicians themselves have come out to confess to, Nigeria politicians, the reasons why they will break bank, they will kill anybody just to have access to your government, PDP, APC, whatever. It's simply because there are 3 different ways, officially untouchable ways, that they get to loot you without any remorse, even looking back or even blinking. And some of you know them, but politicians know them. And that is why, even when they realize that a state that they are planning to go to come and govern, that state is almost bankrupted, though. That state is in so much debt. Salaries are unpaid, pensions unpaid, workers and the rest of them are actually unpaid. And so many things like lag, you will still see them looking for billions and billions, harming different people because they want to rule this state still. Why? 3 different looting spree. The first of them is that open blank check. They call it security votes. It has become so bad, so worse of a corruption that number one, they are not allowed to account. They are not accountable for it. Any amount of money they say they spend on security votes, right, is legal. Okay, they don't have to account for it. All they have to do is to make sure that they share the money accordingly. I'll tell you, it's a blank check. There are some states in northern Nigeria that their state governors are actually withdrawing over 1 billion naira every month for security votes. Yes. Some of them are, in fact, escalating or creating different crises in their own different abode just to legitimize their security votes. Gandollar, I may have access to that unchallenged. The second part, which is also the bigger part of where they also milk you dry and dead, is road construction. Haven't you figured it out? That for the past 23 years, that democracy started in Nigeria. And every one of those criminals who has ruled every state in Nigeria bragged of constructing almost tarring their own entire states. So road constructed. This is so blah 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 blah. That is where the kickback comes in. That is where the money laundering comes in. That is where the huge budgeting comes in. And most of this money ended up in private pockets, party pockets, other individuals and all that. Unchallenged. The last one is called procurement. Procurement is when they will have to write and say, we need new systems. So how many systems do you need? What kind of spec do you need? They will say, oh, we need MacBook. I say, okay, which one? They say we need 1,000. They can write this. They can say they need 10,000 of this. Procurement. You will never see the 10,000 computers. Okay? So that's another one where they always target. And that is why some of them will also then go into those who have land. For those who come from Southwest Nigeria, you should be very familiar with this. When you have Omonile in your different states, you'll be so surprised that your state government, your state governor is also involved in land grabbing all over your state. You see, all of this is just about what they can get back. And if they can have access to all of this, then if they have to kill to keep it, Nigerians have short memories. They are suffering from Stockholm syndrome. They don't remember anything anyway. So Gandollar is about to finish his second. It got to a point whereby in 2019, the people of Kano felt so embarrassed because of Gandollar's video of collecting bribe. That is why they sack Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. That's why they dethroned him. That's why he's no longer the emir. That's why they created 4 different emirates inside Kano. This same Gandollar fighting back. Because around that time, it was really, really heavy. But those who were smart, who saw through, immediately the video came out. Boko Haram was in Kano. Massive crowd. And he raised his hand up and said, Gandollar for second term. So the same scenario has been played out. Gandollar is just being grateful. How much do you think it will cost to mobilize 20,000 people or 100,000 people if you have to pay them 2,000 naira? Go and do the math. You'll be shocked that it's such a patchy sum of money, so tiny bit of money. And in this case, last night, Gandollar and Koolu, they returned from Saudi Arabia. But before we get to that, let me just refresh your mind, refresh your memory, and see if if you are not suffering from Stockholm syndrome or what have you, to give you the picture of the characters who are going to continue with Nigeria, and then you are building up on that, and just like you did in 2015, and some of you renewed that in 2019. Majority of them a lot of them are no longer alive to actually participate in the 2023. You don't build hope. You don't give the key to your house. You don't give a thief the key to your house, okay? And then you are now hoping that he won't steal it. What kind of tomfoolery is that? This is the genesis of the Babariga mobile banking in Kano. Ladies and gentlemen, Gandollar. Somebody said that Maiyegun save our data. Baba, I'm so sorry. I wish I could save your data. Only you can save your data. Maybe you should watch this in part. I don't even understand this save data of a thing. Except if you're watching from Nigeria. We are going on a roll on a program that is going to last for 3 hours. And we are just 20 minutes into it. You better save that your data, brother or sister. Well, that's just the part of Gandollar collecting the part of his $5 million bribe. He wanted it in cash. And these are the pay, the kickback, the bribe, the contractors who are constructing roads, who are constructing bridges, who are constructing this or that in Kano. Something that should probably be 10 naira. They will have to call it 40 naira times 4. So for the governor, you pay governor. You will settle commissioner. You will settle this. You will settle that. And the governor doesn't want his own money to go to anybody. He wanted it himself. Bring it to the governor's house, please. And they were giving it to him to confirm it. He was counting it. That's just a part of it. A $5 million bribe.
$145,000. No. The digibit the team.
Oh.
Wannan ko tahi zaka kai ranga miƙa ma. Aljihun ka saka zama lafiya. Kai ga nan ma tuta. Guda biyar. Wannan ba ka duba za ka ga biyar ne. Akwai aljihun naka sun ba inda ba raba su za ka yi ba. $145,000. No. The digibit the TM. No 250 din nan. Okay. Nashi da kuma wannan za ga 30 nan. Nan ma 30. Nan kuma 20 ne 25,000 in ka hada shi gaba ɗaya zai baka 145 yawwa 145 daman kudin zai kama 250 da aka bashi in ka buga 15 din zai kama 37,500,000 sai kuma ba kuma wurin cin in ka buga da 10 din bici 15 din bici shine zai baka
So it's just to refresh your mind, refresh your memory, not just you sitting down there and be like, okay, I think I remember. I think I remember that. No, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Okay. So during the 2019 presidential campaign or whatever, debate or question, whatever, I don't know. Boko Haram and Pastor Ruga, they met with Kaderia, and this same question popped up. That was where Boko Haram, the scammer, started acting like person we get in dementia, done the day active that time, a pretentious scam. Listen to him when they ask him about Gandollar. Listen.
Comment on this matter, and people are surprised they saw you on a podium with him, raising his hand and campaigning with him.
No, that's not true. I will defend myself on that. I haven't gone to Kano yet.
Right.
I have just gone to Koolu today in my venue. That clip, somebody brought it me, how the governor of Kano said we're receiving dollars and smiling and putting it in his pocket. I don't know the extent of technology used, and I can't understand it. Now, because the State Assembly has taken it, they have gone to court, I decided, not to talk about it. And the State Assembly, constitutionally, they could have dealt with that. But then I gave the matter of vacant report.
Okay, but what are your thoughts about that video? Do you have any personal thoughts? Do you believe that video is fake, or do you believe it is legitimate?
I can't say.
He can talk for himself.
As I told you, I have seen the clip. I don't know how much technology was used, but can Ganduje fail to trust somebody to get the money to him? He has to take it directly himself, smiling. I honestly am completely overwhelmed, and the system has given me some relief. It is in the court, it's in the State Assembly, so let them as much as possible deal with it. But Kano, this thing has received a lot of publicity, and I hope by the time I go on my campaign for re-election, there will be some answers from the court or the State Assembly in Kano State about the
Abbas Kama Boko Haram. That's the answer he gave. Suddenly, the man that came to fight corruption was then pushing the responsibility to the State Assembly or court. And suddenly, he is overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. And his own surprise in all of that was that Gandollar has to go and take the money himself. He can't even get somebody to take the money for him. The same way me and they do. Even me, Boko Haram, will sit down here. You can never see me collect anything from anybody. People are handling that for me. That is something. Then he's talking about when he goes on his campaign, he's going to ask for answers. So Gandollar, on the day of election, what happened in Kano? Gandollar don't they lose. So APC, they have been routed. Before you know it, inconclusive election in Kano. They had to postpone election in Kano by a week. You don't forget, 2019. Despite all of that crowd, despite all of that noise and everything that even Boko Haram, everybody, they had to make sure that they stop Kano election. Dime it, postpone it, rig it. The person that conducted the election in Kano, that man, they killed him. INEC returning officer being Koko for Kano, they killed him. They killed his family to erase the everything come out. Gandollar can't come back, blazing hot. The first casualty, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, Bass. No more emir of Kano for you. Get out of here. And in appreciation, the APC, the more criminal you are, the more reward you are going to get. So if you want to go, you either go hard or go home. And these are the characters that are promising you hope. I don't know where you're getting that from, but I have been told that, slaves, they love their chains. Not even in this daytime and this, in this generation, that the slaves are no longer walking about in chains anymore. The chain of slavery is now here. Your mental slavery. So emancipate yourself from mental slavery. That's a very strong thing, because this is slavery that religion, tribal, political, and other nonsense that they have fed you with, that will always make you so happy and so joyous when you see your slave masters. I mean, I don't know how that feels, but I would never feel good, right? Having to live through and then build my hope on thieves. Thieves. You get what I mean? So Koolu was in Mecca. That's something that you can say, God. Sometimes you wish that God is man, so that he can see the evil of these people. When they go to Mecca, may just hold them. Like if you are a criminal that have contributed to what is going on in Nigeria, and you are going there to go and pray in Mecca, or you are going to that Jerusalem, let's say if this whole thing, right? If they really want to deal with, I wish they are human, that God is man, I be there to talk am, may just deal. So once they go around the Kaaba will just drag you, like magnet, suck you in. Say, you don't go. Say, Kaaba don't suck Nigeria president. Say, he must be a very bad person. Everybody will be celebrating in Nigeria. But they say, God no be man. So don't let us wish. So Koolu was in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, praying to Allah to make him your president. And he's already working about, like, see, I have said this many times, here you get. Me, Maiyegun, I won't be one of the people that will feel surprised or shocked or pretend to be shocked if APC, Egbekegbe, declare Tinubu as your next president. I won't be shocked. I will just wake up the following morning and say, oh yeah, Alpha, how you go be now? Because he is the only person that is parading the active, powerful, vindictive criminals who are like connected, even if the party, the APC, Egbekegbe, is already in shambles. If you look at every of them, you will see that who has the capacity to unleash the biggest of the biggest mayhem in their course of seeking power, Tinubu. So they were all there in Mecca to go and pray to Allah. The Johnny Mercy, the Umrah, this, blah, blah, blah. So when they returned, Gandollar already assembled the Mullahs in Kano. He already assembled the Izalas, the Tijaniyyahs, with just one single mission. When Ashiwaju land is going to meet you, you're going to pray for him, and then you're going to actually approve of him. Are you interested? Of course they were. Immediately Koolu landed. He engaged with the Mullah. Listen to what he told them before we go to their town today. This was last night, by the way.
Year has begun. In every way, we'll close the book. Account for physical book, not the character. A new year begun, but the eternal truth remain unchanged. We are all here because of the compassion, mercy, and beneficence of Almighty Allah. There is nothing a man can do without the permission of Allah Himself. We cannot leave the lightest thing, accomplish the simplest task without His allowance and blessing. Yet, with Allah's favor, that which seems difficult for individuals and nations, something beyond the reach, become easy and are convenient and accomplished by us through the blessing of Allah. We exist not on our own, but do the will of Allah. Thus, may I express my profound gratitude to Almighty Allah for bringing me back to Kano. Why? Because Kano is historic and very special to me. It's my home. And what I have just said about Kano extends to the entire Northwest. Northwest, Northeast, North Central, the entirety of Nigeria as a nation that I am very, very committed and patriotically ready to serve. I've tried to be faithful and dutiful servant. I try to improve the Lord of our people, no matter who you are. I thank Almighty Allah for the opportunity to meet you all on this great occasion. I am humbled by the attendance. I can hardly see a last head or the last line of this hall. I believe we are in thousands. I thank Almighty Allah for the opportunity to meet you all on this great occasion. I am humbled by your attendance and the warmth of your reception. You, all are genuine leaders of faith, represent the spiritual, moral, and ethnical backbone of our nation. This sacred duty Allah has placed on you, I pray He continues to give you the wisdom and rectitude to fulfill this great vital duty our nation needs. Without your guidance and counsel, the nation cannot attain the place that Allah has set for us. May He grant us that grace and privilege more and more. We must neither disregard nor miss our appointment with our great destiny. Instead, we must rededicate ourselves to work harder and better because of it. A more prosperous, compassionate, tolerant, and safe.
Okay. Somebody said that their own ear is paining them now, just listening, like it's like he's forcing it and all of that gets. Okay. You would prefer the time when he's not reading it so that we can pick lines. Oh yeah, you don't drop a mulamba. Those are the times when he's not reading. Okay. And usually they just try to make sure that he reads. Just read. Follow the scripts. They've always been telling him, but once in a while, he will always give us something. And that is Koolu. And you're going to probably see that in what happened in Kano today. But talking about last night, Izala. You know those ones they call Izala movement. You remember them? Conflicts for jihad. You remember them? You don't? Okay, don't worry. Just shy. Oh yeah, just they play. Chogbo, you don't remember them? Izala movement. Tijaniyyah. Anyway, they finally said with Koolu, it be like say it don't settle. Muslim tickets for the Izala. Bas. Approved.
Excellency Buhari of Oyo, our governor, the traveler of Ganduje, permit me to speak in the language of his mother tongue. Babawa, káàbọ̀ lẹ́kìn, máa káàbọ̀ Kano wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ fún wa pé iṣẹ́ tó ṣiṣẹ́ tí bàbá wa Jamilu Ayédára sọ fún wa àti bàbá wa Malam Nuhu Ribadu tó sọ fún wa iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ṣe fún Islam torí ẹ láti ìlú a máa fún ìlú lórúkọ tó jẹ́ lórúkọ bàbá wa Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje àwa la fún ní Khadimul Islam láti ìlú a máa pè ní Khadimul Muslimin. سامحوني أيها الأساتذة هنا أن أستعمل ألسنتكم في تسميته بهذا الاسم ألا وهي خادم المسلمين بناء على ما سمعنا من هؤلاء الشيوخ حيدنا ونور بادو إن شاء الله إذا سمحتموني نناديه من اليوم خادم المسلمين. بابا أوكي إذا ما زوفوني نيسي for consistent, collaborative, and continuity of development of Kano State to a mega city. So really, I'm a free lórúkọ. Ẹ̀yin náà ti jẹ́ ọmọ Kano láti ìlú. I'm a free lórúkọ.
Some of you are like, why is he speaking Yoruba? You know that before Boko Haram and gang, before they came, it wasn't like this suspicious. People have always been like, living everywhere until the dominance factor presented and brought by the Boko Haram APC, put everybody back in their place. So don't pretend that you are hearing a Fulani man speaking Yoruba. You probably will be surprised when you hear a Fulani or Hausa man speaking Igbo. It was never this bad until these criminals widened that gap of those differences of ours. Now, they can't even mend it anymore. They can't. So, the following morning, this morning, the mobilization team, everybody, this is Gandollar's day. If not because of something last minute change, today, Gandollar would have been Tinubu's running mate. Honestly. Gandollar, instead of the shitty man. Gandollar would have been the... Nevertheless, he's already been penciled down to be your secretary to the government of Nigeria. And some said, El Rufaya will be your minister of defense. So, one way or the other, Tinubu is walking about like the awaiting crowned prince, like they say crowned prince, just waiting for his coronation day to become king. So today, Gandollar gave him another taste of Kano. So they rode on an open roof bus. Let's take a tour of what happened in Kano today. A gradual one, by the way, just pieces by pieces, Sorry, don't feel too annoyed, okay? Because I still have a lot of them in pieces, like I told you, that I'm going to show to you. This was them on their way to Sani Abacha Stadium, right? I mean, you have to make an impression on your mark, shouldn't you? Gandollar needs to make an impression, okay? And with what is already in stock after the incident of 2018, he's got so much to be thankful for, and he's got so much to prove, to show that it could still be much like a very much useful and valuable. Anyway, here is another one. They paid well, I've been told. And also, by the way, here is another one. I told you they are in pieces. Pieces. Just like instead of pictures, you can see them as motion pictures as well, right? Here is another one. You get, even those same people are going to come out again. The day Kwakwanso, they will say Kwakwanso shut down Kano. All they have to do is to just take off the yellow cap and put on red, and then you see the amount of the same people. The day they say Atiku is also coming, right? The same set of people will be seen as well, putting on whatever Atiku gives to them, and it is just the season. Imagine having to participate in 3-4 rallies in your Kano in a week, and they are giving you 2,000 naira or bag of rice or something, whatever they are giving to you. You might actually not know that it's a job, and it is also the horrible image of what they have now turned people to. These are not party members, so these are citizens who came out to see what they could get. For those who were mobilized, and for those who just came out to see the glimpse and see what's going on, it was what it was. So when Koolu got to the stadium finally, they said it took him about 2 hours. Listen, this lady was saying something.
This is me, and then this is the crowd. Like this is the crowd.
name is Edu, Betty Edu. She is their woman leader or women leader for APC. Didn't you recognize her? She was in London, one of those who answered questions that people asked Koolu in London, Chatham House. She was one of those answering them. Asiwaju's government is going to, we are planning to. Yeah, that's her. In Kano alone, they've already written over 4 million votes for Koolu there. Gandollar has already pledged that. But with Kwakwanso and the rest of them also in the picture, some consider this as a means of a cash out. I said, it's not a cash out. Some of these guys following Koolu, they are not being paid or given money. I'm talking about the likes of all these, it's like, we have to be there. To save our own head too. Whatever. Gandollar is a big, giant thief. And to him, is managed to bench any kind of Godfatherism in Kano. So it's not about money. It's probably just about, I don't know. Don't mind me, please. There were others who also mobilized for the meeting in Kano. They are state governors, by the way. See their faces. Did you see who I saw? You saw what I see? Or did you see what I saw? Or who I saw in that gathering? Let me show you again. Maybe you pick it. Did you see him? Alimodu Sheriff. The man that is considered to be the founder of Boko Haram. The one that said, all of you are calling me founder of Boko Haram. You don't have a clue. You have no idea of a man called Kashim Shettima. If you begin to ask, well, who is Kashim Shettima, you realize that I was a governor who also worked with Shettima, as well as Muhammad Yusuf, the man that was an Islamic scholar in Borno, Islamic scholar in Borno, Ahmed Yusuf, who became used by Alimodu Sheriff for his own political governorship campaign in 2003. Now, after Alimodu Sheriff became governor of Borno State, he appointed Muhammad Yusuf as a personal advisor on youth and so whatever. Okay? Now, for some reason, something happened that they framed up Muhammad Yusuf, and he lost favor with the governor. And before you know it, he was declared wanted, arrested, and then before anybody could say jack, they tied his hand, they tied his leg, they shot him close range and killed him in police custody. The police report said he was trying to escape from the police. How could somebody, you tied his hand, you tied his leg like a Christmas goat, How could you say that person was trying to escape from you? That was the genesis of Boko Haram. So what was the relationship between Shettima and Muhammad Yusuf? Alimodu Sheriff told us, I am a wrong person. Yes, I was the governor. I gave them the chance. I gave all of them the opportunity to be there. Yes, they worked for me. But I am actually not the ones in charge. That guy is in charge. And his name is Kashim Shettima. I didn't say that too. But they are all like bodies now. And they were in Kano today. Finally, when Koolu came on stage, made it to the stadium, he told them, see, I am just here to dance. To dance victory dance. I am not here to campaign anything. But in his words, Koolu,
Nigeria! min ash-shaytani rajim. Today, I've come home to Kano. All I want to do is dance. I want music. Give your family peace and harmony. I will serve you. Serve Nigeria. I kept my promise. Always. Always. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. God will protect your family. God will help you. I just want to dance. They played music. Koolu, I was expecting a dance like, you know, all of that. But he couldn't even dance, but he was shaking like that. That's it. The whole everything today was just to tell them that God will protect your family. God will protect you. I will fulfill my promise. He didn't even make any promise. Or did he? Did he make any promise? No, he didn't. He said, thank you. Bye-bye. That's what he said. I mean, listen.
Nigeria! 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 So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Hang on. Is it not Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim? Is that not in that order? Or is it Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim? Because Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim, Auzubillahi means, you know what Christians will say, Misa Satani. God separate me and Satan. Misa Satani. Auzubillahi minash shaitan rajim. God separate me from shaitan, the person of destruction, of ruin. Any egbe, any eko. Is that not it? Aleti lule genjegba. He knew that he was in Kano. And he wanted to sound like Alhaji, true. You know, they told him, they said, he's a fake Alhaji. They don't believe he's a Muslim. To make sure that they can trust him that he's a Muslim, okay? He had to go into an unconventional way of peering a ticket that would tear Nigeria apart. He knows that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you go to hell. Any win and win. No matter anything. All win and win. When we win, we'll discuss that later. Because they say, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Auzubillahi minash. Or maybe my own Quranic recitation is rusty. Help me.
Nigeria! So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim. Today, I've come home to Kano. All I want to do is dance. I want music. America. I will give your family peace and harmony. I will serve you. Serve Nigeria. I kept my promise. Always. Always. God bless you. Thank you.
You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Avibi Baba Shongo. If you are not a Yoruba man, you understand, okay? Alhaji Khalifa Ahmed Tinubu. After the Bismillah Rahman Rahim, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitani Rajim, the man said, "To." And then he said, I want to dance. So they gave him music. Avibiti Baba Shongo. Then turn to God. It's a pure joke anyway. If you are laughing, it's because it is a joke. That's the part some of you would love to hear anyway. So I don't understand Hausa or this language, but somebody already told us this. The last time Koolu was in Kano was in November, where they arranged something similar like this. But somebody came out to say, hey, it will be one of the shockers. Kano, APC, Egbekegbe, they are not waiting. All of you are seeing, I don't understand. I'm not there. But this guy, they said he's part of a Gandollar's government. Just a reminder before I go to the next one, if you don't mind.
Your Excellency, Irasai Anas Abadala, what message do you have that you intend to pass across to the public in a time like this, and especially today that the presidential candidate for APC enter Kano State? Well, all glory to the Almighty God. First and foremost, just as I said in our recent conversation, that APC as a party does not have support or regard for the public. And now God in his own might and wisdom has established what we said. Because Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu has come to Kano State, and visibly, the people did not come out to welcome him as they ought to, meaning they do not accept him. What made the people to do that? We that are in government and in the center of APC, we think that no one else has sense. We are the only sensible people. We are the ones that will use the strength of government and money as an instrument. But now the people of Kano State has been given the money to welcome Tinubu. They collected the money and ate it, and everybody has gone to his house and sat down. For example, let me give this example. Those listening should listen to what I'm about to say. The Minister of Works, former Lagos State Governor Fashola, came out and spoke clearly and openly that at the coming of President Buhari, as at the time he came in, 8,000 kilometers of roads has been constructed all across Nigeria in the past 7.5 years we have spent in government. But in these 7 years, 5,000 plus of those roads went to the Yoruba states. 5,000 plus. The remaining 3,000 kilometers here in the northern part of Nigeria, 3/4 of those roads has not been completed. It's this same Fashola that refused to allow them to give us lights. He's the one that stopped everything related to the reviving of our light here in the northern part of Nigeria. After Obasanjo, it was what he did to us that led to the elimination of our light. And now he comes out and plays Fashola. And this Fashola is Tinubu's boy, the former governor of Lagos. But today, it's our own people that are going to publicize Tinubu. This Fashola, everything he will do in his life, he must consult Tinubu. And now he's shamelessly coming out to say that over 5,000 kilometers of the roads constructed are in the Yoruba state. Our brother is ruling, and we here, apart from loss of lives and properties, we have nothing. Another disturbing issue is the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari is the Minister of Petroleum. He is the National Minister of Petroleum for the past 7.5 years. NNPC, the body responsible for refining crude oil for the nation, came out with information that recharge card, listeners should hear me well, recharge card, they bought recharge card of 20 billion naira in 1 year. 20 billion naira. Buhari is alive and is ruling this kind of government. Now, to welcome visitors from gate to office, to eat biscuits drink minerals and bottled water, they spent 13 billion naira in 1 year. So when you join the 20 billion naira in the 20 billion naira and 13 billion, it will sum up to 33 billion naira for only biscuits, reading newspaper and recharge card. And Buhari is the leader of this government. So which poor man will come out and say he will come and engage in any of such things? Since Nigeria was established, this kind of injustice that has been done by APC government has never been done to the north. Vice President is a Yoruba man. The Speaker is Yoruba. Go and see the injustice that has been done, just considering the things that the Vice President did under the trade and money market. Go and consider the injustice the Speaker Fayemi at the National Assembly displayed, taking privileges to their own Yoruba section. And now they come out that we should carry our votes again and give it to Yorubas. Your Excellency, do you think that this means that they are not supposed to be elected, or what? They are not supposed to be elected. Any poor man that go ahead to vote APC at any level in election, on the day of judgment, God will punish him for putting the people of Nigeria in problem. Especially we here from the north. We are those that set up APC. We are the people in the government of APC. We have cheated the masses. President Buhari, even now his wife has come out. The world had her say that they want to apologize to Nigerians because of what they ought to do. She said whether they have done it, it was done or it was not done, we must apologize to Nigerians. The answer is that it was not done. What ought to be done was not done. Now you hear everything has gone up. Rice 2,500 naira. Today I am in Kano, in the city of Kano. Now from me to my grandfathers, we are all indigenous of Kano. A liter of fuel is 250 to 300 naira. Since this place was established, we have never seen evil like this one. Apart from weakening our wealthy people, any occasion comes up, somebody has to sell his family inheritance to give money. Even they have to sell farmland. Somebody will sell the land he inherited from his father, who inherited it from his grandfather, because they kidnap his son or his relative to go and give the money as ransom. All of this happened under Buhari's leadership. We are in the government. It's necessary that we declare the truth, because on judgment day, God will ask us, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian, God will ask you the right of these our masses. For that reason, just as the prophet declared, anybody we think can do such a thing, let's tell ourselves the plain truth. As a party, APC, we cannot handle this work at all. If Buhari is leading a Hausa man, a Fulani man, a Muslim from Daura, and a human being is burnt alive in Sokoto, a pregnant woman was set ablaze. Their children in Zamfara state were packed and killed. Their corpses were thrown in a well. Buhari has never gone to sympathize with their people. So what will Ahmed Bola Tinubu do? A person that cannot stand for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes he cannot stand, and you go to vote for him. Buhari from Daura. The Daura that originates from the north is the real Hausas. Is leading. A Muslim is leading, and they will enter a village and kill women. Somebody is standing in his presence, they will rape his daughter and kill her before his presence, and you are here talking.
Yeah, we finally got somebody who did the interpretation in a voiceover, or else you would have just sat there lost. I have no clue. Only few people who understand what he's saying. But that's exactly the interpretation of all he said. He's a member of APC, Egbekegbe in Kano. So if you're hearing things here and there and all of that, yeah, there's so much going on, of course. But it's all up to you. You make your choice, you lay your bed, you lie on it. As you lay your bed, so you lie on it. That was my grandfather's statement. As you lay your bed, so you lie on it. So every time I'm trying to lay my bed, I am always so perfect about it. And that's the same thing I'm trying to do with my life too. Trying to make sure that the kind of bed I lay for my life is comfortable enough for me to sleep soundly. But there you go. It is all cooking up. Your choice is your choice. Abi, no be so. Meanwhile, on the side, yeah, after Obasanjo's endorsement, this or that, you've heard about David Clark too. Is it David Clark? Yeah, he's an Ijaw leader, Obasanjo's friend, and sometimes not so friendly friends, but the people who are like, you can consider him as one of the owners of Nigeria, maybe not a high-stake one. He endorsed Dobi as well. Yeah, the Rogbodinho of Obasanjo's endorsement, this or that, that one is yet to dry up. So before that of Edwin Clark, not David Clark, no, Edwin Clark. It should be Edwin. God bless you, Jare. The Jaw, one of the Jaw leaders, they call him respected leaders. For that sake, I'm not going to say a lot about him, not much. Because the Jaw themselves have actually produced other worse and worse criminals. For imagine, can you believe that under this APC, which met an NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, created by Obasanjo, under Boko Haram, in a space of just 3-4 years, and NDDC in Niger Delta, they have received over 4 trillion naira from Nigeria. Almost nothing to show for it in the entire Niger Delta. So the likes of Edwin Clark and co, old, very old, are the people who are feeding fats from the system. To them, Nigeria must not break before we go. Not like this. So yeah, Obi is their last shot too. He had all this to say. If you have time, you can listen. If you don't, you can come back after 5 minutes. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Listen to this.
In the world. But things are not moving on well with us. And we're not the cause. So I thought today, we have about 3, 4, 5, 18 candidates moving around. As I introduced to you earlier, I am the leader of the Southern and Middle Belt Elders Forum, which is made up of a Afenifere of Southwest, South-South, that is Pan Niger Delta, Ohanese, that's the Igbo stock, the Igbo speaking Nigerians, Middle Belt, that is the buffer between the South and the North. All the states occupy that area, the middle of Nigeria, are called Middle Belt. They are with us. They believe that Nigeria belongs to all of us, and that's what we believe in. So whatever we are doing today, we are always together. We're talking about Plateau, we're talking about Benue, we're talking about Kwara, we're talking about Niger, and so on. So we're together. It's not a question of tribe, it's not a question of religion, no. So, my purpose of calling this press conference, therefore, is for my choice to make known to all Nigerians. And sitting by me here is Julius. When I'm at 96, you should count 1 more year to your age until it pleases the Almighty God to take me away. I have already drafted my speech, my short address. and I would like to call upon my
Presidents.
We want Peter Obi to be the president of Nigeria come 2023.
Yes.
And I want to make it very clear that the people who are suffering in this country today are the youth, the young school children. They have no place to go to. They move around as if they belong to a special class. These children should come out, go to your homes, go to your villages. There you belong to. Go and educate your people. Go and tell them what to do before coming to the township. People now want to kick you away, don't want you to go anywhere. They want to use you. Don't allow anybody to bribe you. You want a transparent president. A president who is strong. A president who is educated. A president who is humble. A president who has every leadership quality that we want. We don't want.
And that is why they choose Obi. Me, I like all the fights. I see everything they cook up from left, right, and center. I like it. It's making every other projection seems to be coming to perfection as well. So it's a 10-year-old girl was at an event, talking about that Obio, right? A 10-year-old girl was at an event and she asked, Obi, what's your plan for the poor kids in Nigeria if you become the president of Nigeria? I want to share that with you. And briefly too, his response as well.
Thank you so much. Okay, so Your Excellency, this is Dara Simi, and reports getting to me. Dara, please come. Okay, you want to go and meet His Excellency? Please go ahead. Please put your hands together for Dara Simi. Your Excellency, Dara Simi is 10 years old, and she has a question for you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dara Simi Nagi. If elected as the president of Nigeria, what would you do to save the young, poor, and dying children of Nigeria in Nigeria and South Africa?
Well, I'll send down my granddaughter. My dear daughter, let me tell you, the purpose of government is to care for the people. And the first line of care of the people is the poor people. So government is actually meant to protect the less privileged in the society. They are the first people we need to care. And I assure you, I'll care for them. They are the purpose why we should stop stealing government money. Because we need that money to be able to help them. Because God has given us the grace to protect their interests. And I assure you, my commitment will be total. And I hope you're taping this, or somebody's taping it for you. I'm sure somebody's taping it for you. So if he's taping it without standing, you'll be able to ask me this question. Maybe 4 years, 5 years in the future. Ask me this question. What did you do? And I'll show you what I did to save it.
A round of applause for His Excellency. Please put your hands together for Dara Simi as well.
Let me tell you why this is important. What made me, I always say that one of the most tragedy of Nigeria is sacrifice. So you are governor, everywhere you go, 100%, 120%, people are telling you you're doing well. Even when you know obviously you're not doing well. And I always cite two places. One of them is what happened with this young girl now. I went to a secondary school and promised them I'm going to fix their roof. I was there in October. And in January, I went to the top of that local government. And I have not fixed the roof. And I was in interaction with people, including students who came from the same school. Just one person told me, when I said question time, he raised a hand. And I said, let me start with this tiny girl. He said, Governor, why do you make promise you don't keep? You can imagine what happened in that hall. Everywhere was quiet. The principal and teachers of the school ran to her to close her mouth, so she became frightened and cried. And I said, no, leave her. Tell me, my daughter. And she told me the truth. I made a promise which I never kept. And I said to her, I called the commissioner for education. The commissioner, we must solve this problem before I leave here. I must apologize to this girl. I promised to give their principal the check to fix that roof. They've already given me the bill, about 7.something million now. So go and find that check for us to give it to this girl with an apology. Of course, we did whatever we did. Got a check while I was there. We got a bank to issue us a check and say whatever documentation you want, we'll do it later on. They did it. We gave the girl the check and I apologized. The same principal who were telling me things were good came and carried the girl in their head and ran out of. So we must have people who will tell us we are wrong. It is important. This is time to look at those who are serving you in their face and say they are wrong. That's why I said it's a dialogue. Let's listen to each other. Chinasa didn't plan this so we can start drinking wine and champagne. But I can tell you, I will go out of here fulfilled than seeing where people are eating and drinking. It shows that the youth of Nigeria are now thinking about their own country. Not about going to dance, not about going to eat, but what can we do to save this country?
So that was Obi. I decided to share that before I round it up with my updates on the Yoruba Union activities. So let me take you back to Kaduna, where El Rufaya's foot soldiers, when we talk about the religious criminals or manipulators who are angling on of using the religion still, because this is going to be a religious fight, in a way, fight for survival as Muslim ticket is getting wider. So somebody was preaching and he was telling a cleric, right, was talking to people in Kaduna, and guess what he told them? He said, listen, before now, we have been having infidels in charge of this place until God, Allah, gave us El Rufai that now changed our fortune in Kaduna. So I advise you to keep such indirectly or directly telling them APC, Egbekegbe, will protect their interest, like El Rufai has protected their interest in Kaduna. I mean, he also told them to vote wisely, by the way, because that's on record, right? Listen to this.
Any of them that feels Muslim, that is the one I should campaign for. Not because of anybody. I'm not after anything. Ba wani ɗan takarar da zai musulunci aiki. Babu. Ko a Kaduna sai da Allah ya amfani da wani gwamna ya taka ma arnin jihar nan burki tukun suka fahimci cewa amma ku tsaya kuna wani wuri mai adalci, su suna muku adalcin ne? Su suna ɓoye gabansu ne? mutanen Gombe ne ce da su ku Gombawa duka local government din kafare guda uku ne amma kuna ba su deputy governor a Plateau muna da musulmai amma sun hana mu komai muna ai malan ka san adalci jahili ne baka san adalcin ba you don't even know the concept of adalci so this is transformation go and vote wisely for transformation any political juggernaut has to fulfill 7 or 10-point agenda. We need security.
That is where the takia comes in. Just before you say them, so that it won't start sounding like, oh, but this Alpha is right now. Do not deceive yourself. They started recording him when he got to a point when he told them, that somebody like him, 100% support the Muslim. This is somebody inside the hall where they have a Muslim student, Muslim student in a hall. They invited him to come and speak to them, right? And he started telling them that, listen, when people talk about Muslim, yes, he as a person supports Muslim ticket and he will support them till anything. That look at Plateau State and look at Kaduna. Look at the life of the Amfani. The Amfani in that statement is like, look at the advantages we are enjoying in Kaduna. I don't think the people of Southern Kaduna are going to agree with those, enjoyments, like the cleric said. So people screamed from the start. No. They started explaining himself. Take it out again. Let's take that again. Now, in context, now, take a look. Take a listen again.
Any of them that feels Muslim, that is the one I should campaign for. Not because of anybody. I'm not after anything. Ba wani takara da zai musulunci aiki. Babu. Ko a Kaduna sai da Allah ya amfani da wani gwamna ya taka ma arnin jihar nan burki tukun suka fahimci cewa amma ku tsaya kuna wani wuri adalci su suna muku adalcin ne su suna boye gaban su ne mutanen Gombe ne ce da su ku Gombawa duka local government din kafare guda uku ne amma kuna ba su deputy governor a Plateau muna da musulmai amma sun hana mu komai muna ai malan ka san adalci jahili ne baka san adalcin ba you don't even know the concept of adalci so this is transformation go and vote wisely for transformation any political juggernaut has to fulfill 7 or 10-point agenda. We need security, food production, quality education, job opportunities, shelters for the citizens, and healthcare delivery system, unepileptic power supply. Are you counting? Good water.
Oh yeah, how many of them? How many of those things is listed there as Boko Haram given to them in Nigeria today? How many of those things is listed as Boko Haram given to you? Security, water, food production, employment, and what again? How many of them? It is called takiya. Takiya is when they start sounding like, you know what? I don't have any problem with you being somebody who doesn't believe in my faith and all of that. It's just that I just don't like it that you think we share or we have the same rights in the same space. I don't like that. And if you offend me, if I feel so offended, I think you should get to know that I could actually organize and kill you and do all of this because, don't blame me, okay? I want what you want, but it's an offense for you to think we want the same thing. That is the concept of takiya. The fraud called Nigeria. Shebi use they see Shena Iswap Abina Isba. Which one is that guy behind him? Let me check that guy again. You know
any of them that feels Muslim.
Abisa Aban. That one is Iswap Abina Isba in Nigeria. The confusion that you are witnessing today is because of the clash of culture, not religion, not every other thing that have now become the deciding factor of how we feel and why we want to be out of this nonsense, okay? the manipulation, the every other thing. It is the culture clash. They said they don't drink. In Nigeria, it's not an Islamic country, but they've registered Nigeria into Islamic organizations all over the world, making agreements, signing pacts on behalf of Nigeria, including all the Christians and everybody who don't get religion like me. People like me who don't get religion, oh, we are in the middle. We are nothing in Nigeria. So a lot of us will have to like lie and pretend. They say, what religion are you? I don't get any religion. Hey, devil. You must be a devil. Oh. How can you say you don't have a religion? Don't you believe in God? Did you create your... Baba Koshidanu Jare, I say I don't get religion. You want to use your religion, they probe me. They ask me questions about God, this or that. Baba, you the mad. So if all of us no exist in your lexicon, in your arrangement, now here we are. We just have to get, we just have to exist in the war of those who believe that they could use that religion. In Nigeria, this one is supreme. That one is the biggest. This one is the one that will take you to heaven. But what if I'm not interested in either? I don't care where I end. I just want to exist, live like a normal human being. Now your culture says you don't like me. Okay? Maybe I don't like you too. But my culture didn't say I should kill you because I don't like you. But you may hide behind religion and say your religion says you should kill me. Shall you demand, Dini? Shall be your religion should kill people who say believe in your religion? How can you go out of your place? People who don't get any believe in your religion, but they are forced together to be in a contraption. How you can't say you justify it and say, my religion is because you are offending me? You demand, Dini. Now, people who believe in your religion, believe in the everything it is, they are those people who you. But that is not in Nigeria. So they've got Isba, they've got ISWAP, they've got Boko Haram. And all of them, they are fighting for Allah in a corrupt hellhole called Nigeria. Think about that. So that's why you see all these guys. Then the ones they say one thing. You know what I mean? They are the deputy Allah, I be deputy God, I be special advisor to God on human matter. I won't weary. But it works. All of these are cultural clashes. Call it anything where you want to call them. To me, now cultural clash. If all of us dare our country. See, if Ghana, where you see as Ghana today, and the Benin Republic that you see today, if all of them, if they are part of Nigeria and they call them a state, because they have their own culture, Ashanti Kotoko, Ashanti Kotoko, Ashanti Kotoko, what do you know? There will be clashes. You don't force people who have different, diverse background of culture and tradition, force them together. They will find any means, any reason to kill themselves. That's exactly what Nigeria represents. This is the season. This is the time they always water to germinate all the things that will show to you Nigeria shouldn't be one single country. Not like this. So when anybody says they want to rescue Nigeria, they are doing everything to fight for, it's all lies. So no, they believe them all. There are people who are actually bidding their time, taking their turn, because Nigeria is turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Get on the queue. There are so many people on the queue claiming that they love Nigeria. No, they don't. They don't. Everybody is waiting for their turn. The buried differences, the buried sort of, cultural clashes that they are trying to hide. They are those widening the gap between us. How do you kind of escape that? By pretending? Pretend that they don't exist? All right, good luck with that. So kick the can down the road as they have been doing. Use Allah, use God, use Jesus, use the blood of this or that, use vision. Tell us that God is talking to you. Use all manner of whatever comes to your head and lie that there is something coming for Nigeria. Just they play. They play, oh. Just they play. It goes soon clear. When it is clearer, I feel like I'm going to be one of those who are going to be waiting to say, didn't I tell you? I told you so, but it is not all lost. If you are Yoruba, you better join us. If you are from the Middle Belt, find those who are within the Kwara Rafa Republic campaigners, join them. But you are from the eastern part of Nigeria, you better join the Biafrans. Join everybody who is actually like aligning with their real root that Nigeria is telling you that it's nothing. Bury it. You are Nigeria first before you are Yoruba. How much of a lie from generation to generation have you been fed? Oh, you are Nigeria first. No, nobody is a Nigerian. Seriously? Officially, they gave us that. Fine. But we'll shed it. We'll drop it some of us will drop it at any given opportunity. Have you asked us why? Than for you to feel like you are just unpatriotic. You demand. The most unpatriotic human beings from Nigeria are your criminal politicians. You know it. You do. I've not got any power to change your life. You know that. I've not got any power to impact on your life. Whether you are a rich person or a poor person. Whether you are tall or short. Whether you are religious or not. It doesn't matter. The government affects you all together same way. And you eventually find your place based on their treasury and criminality. You don't get that, do you? No? Anyway, I just thought I should tell you that stop hoping, expecting something different while you are doing the same thing again and again and again. The last time I checked, by the way, they said that those who have been doing the same thing again and again, then expecting a different result. Now, sign of weary, mental problem. You may not understand this. Just think. They said the symptom of weary, àrùn ọpọlọ, shoko, unkumiri, and the rest of anything where you get for mind. I'm talking about shoko gidi. Is for somebody to be doing the same thing again and again and again, then expecting a different result. Baba, they tell you, say, Omo Yami, Oti Nimenta. Look around you. You can't get different results. You can keep hoping, but all this can be settled. If you let people, nations force together, the people within, if you love Nigeria. I'm saying this clearly, and I mean it. If you love Nigeria, pick up your identity. You know your identity. Some of you are so afraid to even pick those identity up. I mean, it's such a shame. That's how much they have beaten it into you. Beaten it out of you. You are not a Yoruba man. Yes, you are a Yoruba man, but you are Nigerian first. You must be patriotic. Baba, there is no patriotic Nigerian. No. Everybody just they pretend they wait for their own time. Oh. And if you don't understand all of this as scam, Baba, you be the mark. Now you that is scam. So go and get your shirt, go and get your umbrella, go and get your broom, go and get everything they are going to give to you. Go and get your t-shirt. Get whatever they give to you. Start open. You will come back to the same thing. BLLB. Boshelo Loshebo. Now the title, a lot of you don't win that many times. PhD, BLLB. But the difference is this. You haven't agreed that you did get mental problem. Thinking. You can save Nigeria. Oh, see, I am not a doctor, but on this particular one, is a research that has been proven again and again and again, and Nigeria is a very good context of that. We don't have any power, but we'll do our best to save some who are ready to actually, not just listen, reason. You listen, you reason, you sit down and you think, all this happening around you, they are not ray of hope. If you believe anywhere telling you that there is a light after the tunnel, Baba, you will believe that, okay, hang on. I actually have one airport I want to sell here in the UK. Sure you get. If you believed any of them, contact me. I get one airport where I want to sell very cheap and very, very operational. Just 80,000 pounds sterling. Call me and send the money. I'll show you the airport. You can't help it. But if it is for the experience, you can go try. You can go try. I'm going to remind you of this, that we may not have the power to say this or that, but we can hand that power. I love Yoruba Union now. Honestly speaking, it's becoming something so potent and then futuristic. So far, so good. I know that this particular week, there's going to be a major announcement. A major announcement that is going to set the stage for other things that we have in stock for this year. You can be part of it too. Honestly, you can. And you are in fact welcome to be part of it too. As time goes on, I am going to take you through that route. So on Friday, this Friday, at the 6th of January, we are going to launch a new campaign. And this campaign is going to be called the Education Support Program on Yoruba Union. Honestly speaking, you have no idea how buzzing I am for this. Well, until I got to see the prize, I'll keep you in a way in the loop. And then until Friday when I'll brief you. But for tonight, maybe if I have a chance of taking calls, that will be when I come back from my tea break. You can phone in, ask questions, make contributions, and then help us complete the rest of the night. So I'm going to go now, and I'm going to come back in a minute or 2 or 3 or even 4 minutes, however long it takes, right? The number to call is on your screen. You can use that. Call in and let's have a chat about your week and this week. Thank you very much. I'll be back. Anyway, thank you so much, to every one of you who actually stayed back or you want to call in and be part of this conversation. Just pick up your WhatsApp, right? Pick up your phone, dial this number on your WhatsApp, +44079606311010. Just WhatsApp call, okay? I think I have a caller, if he's still there. Hello there.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello, brother. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir.
So
fine,
brilliant.
sir.
Yeah, you are my first caller today again. So what would you like to add, please?
Yes. Well, firstly, I would like to thank you, sir, because you actually said something on the live program and you made your wishes known to me, and you actually send the money to my account. So I want to say thank you, because it's from the live program that you said you're going to. Yes, sir. So it's from the live program that you announced that the first caller will receive an amount, and you actually credited my account. So I'm coming back to the live program again to say that thank you very much, sir.
Well,
God continue to bless you,
tell
sir.
them, if you want to go that route, then you have to tell them what I said on the live program, and then you have to confirm if that's exactly what happened offline as well, just before we go deeper. Would you?
Yes. I called on the first. So, and you said that the very first person that called on your program and happened to be in Nigeria, that a sum of 50,000 naira will be sent to his account. and which you actually did, sir. Yes, and you actually send the money to my account, and I receive it. So, I am saying that I received the money. Thank you so much, sir.
I mean, I got your message, and you did say something about eyeglasses. Let me tell you something that got to me.
Yes,
personally, when I got down your voice note, when you said something about, this money gave you a chance of replacing your eyeglasses, or getting yourself one, which has also improved your vision, your sight. That's quite good, because I never believed in my life that I would wear glasses. But Baba, until I got to this country, and 8 years ago, I got my first recommended, glasses. And it was then I realized that I couldn't see far. So if in 2023, you happen to have this brighter vision, right? Just forget about the money. That's something good. Because the day I was able to see well, it was like, oh my God. So I've actually been suffering.
It's really, our country here is not, it's really very, very devastating, because to see and our medical plan, our general hospital does not even facilitate all these things. And before you can even see any practitioner, you have to go as early as possible in the morning, and even going there as early as possible by 6 o'clock. I'm talking about general hospitals. You have to take a number. I have been to general hospital Bagada. I have been to general hospital at Lasso. And even getting there around 6 o'clock, I'm going to say I am the last. I think the last one I went, I think I was number 30. And even before you can see any ophthalmologist, you have to pay some certain amount. And we call this general hospital. There's nothing general hospital about this thing. It is our sweat that we are paying for it.
I think
and this is one of the. This is one of
free. So I mean, it's still a general hospital.
And this is one of the bad.
The money,
this is
right. You still get to have to, you get served. But if you don't pay, you don't get served, isn't it?
You don't get served. So now I am taking myself as an example. Now that at least I am below average. What of those people that are even less average? And if you go down to our general hospitals, Lasso, you will see how sick people are sleeping So it is very gory. It is very gory, and yet I don't know. Our politicians they keep telling us that they are doing the best in the ed sector, in the education sector. Sir, I happen to be a product of a government school, but I can categorically say that I graduated from a public school, but I paid all my expenses down to the lastra and this thing. We have to pay some certain amount of money before we can gain admission. Now I'm talking as a medium person, as a medium level person. Most of those people that can't even afford to buy broom, sir. When I was still in school, there was a teacher that said that if you can't bring broom, that don't come to the school gate. Broom. So many things like that is happening. I finished from Lagos State Government School, so it's not that I finished from other government school, but I finished from Lagos State, and I know all these things. All these things that are painting black and blue. It is not like that. So, sir, back to today's topic. Was not 2 days ago. I listened to Arise News, and the anchor brought three people from APC, PDP, and the Labour Party to come and just oppose the reason why Obasanjo was endorsed.
Endorsement, yeah.
As in endorsed Peter Obi. You can see how they are just speaking nonsense. As in, they are just playing our senses. As in our senses, because now what if Obasanjo endorses Obasanjo? It will be another way around. They are just playing our intelligence. I don't understand. And I think
if Obasanjo had endorsed
exactly
Tifku,
I checked Twitter this evening now. I checked Twitter this evening now, and now that Edwin Clark has supported Peter, endorsed Peter Obi, I'm not seeing that. Oh, Edwin Clark is a thief. Is something like that. All this so it wasn't a thief when he has not. So Nigeria, please.
So those who are participating and expecting a different thing are the people we should probably tell that you better watch your art. They are not. It's not going to be the first time of breaking it, but hopefully you can protect it this time by not offering it to them. Idris, let me take a call, okay, brother? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good one, all right? Nice
yes,
one.
Sir.
So, I have another person on the line this time. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. Ahmed, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, did I get that right? Ahmed, is that you or somebody else?
Ahmed,
how are you, Baba? Well, I'm here. I mean, you know, just same old.
Happy New Year. Oh, sorry, we don't wish ourselves Happy New Year. Sir.
I think yes, because we were on the People's Parliament Yoruba, and right on the program, we just had to greet all ourselves that Happy New Year, even if all of you are still counting the hours. But yeah, you are right.
Yeah, we were counting 6 hours before you guys.
Sure, you guys. So yeah, that's the 2023, the famous 2023. We are in it.
Yeah. You know, I have quite a lot to talk, which I don't know if I'll have the time, but I will just summarize it somehow.
Please, yeah.
After the People's Parliament we had, right?
Yes.
Because I wasn't having time much, so I just had time to go and watch this Yoruba series that you did.
Oh, okay.
On the
series 1, 2, 3. Right.
Yeah. So when I was watching, like, some people called in, you know, there was one woman that called in, and I was so happy the way you responded when you told her, when she said, if you want to really talk about Yoruba, whatever this, you have to go through the route of Akintoye and
she didn't even say that way. She said, if we want to be accepted by Yorubas, we must go through him. If not, nobody will listen to us in Yoruba land. And she just came back, so she knows what she's talking about. And I felt offended, even though I would say it's just an innocent suggestion, by the way. And then, you know what I mean? But it was so offensive.
Maiyegun, let me tell you, I know you understand. You see, most of the people that would come on the comment section to say something, some of them called in, you know, but Maiyegun, the truth will always be the truth.
That's right.
Because they themselves, they know they are not thinking right. So for them to call in, they will want to call in to say, let me even go and counter him. But by the time you pick the phone, forget it. They can't say nothing.
They will just be dancing around what they want to say. Okay.
They will start dancing, and that was exactly what she did. She started going around, playing around, you know, until at the end, she said what she wanted to say.
You are right.
That if you don't
at a point, Ahmed, she even made it look like I am the one, who is now starting a new group for Yoruba Nation. That's what she made it. She said, you know, I know you want to start one. So if you want to start one, go ahead and start it, so that we can see what you self are doing. I just want you to know that if you want Yoruba to accept you, because those Baba Akintoye have worked so well, they have done a great job. If you want Yoruba to accept you, you must go through them. Honestly speaking, Ahmed, I lost it that moment. I started faking my life. Faking my laugh rather. I started faking it because at that point I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I wish I was online. Because that same person, I guess that same person still went back on the comment section and they were saying,
but I was reading all of that and I was like, okay, well, I have never denied it. Look, if you see me as Onik Beraga, yes, Monik Beraga. So what are you going to do about that? So what are you going to do?
You people should understand something. Nàìjíríà tẹ wà nínú ẹ̀ lénìí tí gbogbo yín ń wọ́nà tẹ́ fẹ́ gbégbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí tó jẹ́ pé ibi tẹ́ ti fẹ́ gbégbà yẹn ẹ̀yin náà tún bọ́ sí fraud. You started defrauding people, telling people lies. This is how your Nigeria started. This is how the madness, the nonsense they were doing.
Abnormalities, finding excuses for all the bad behaviors.
Yes, we are not scared of anybody. Nobody, I repeat, nobody can dictate to us what we want to do.
No.
Everybody, we are all Yorubas, and we can choose to do whatever.
There is nobody that is more Yoruba than any Yoruba. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are fed.
We don't care.
There is no Yoruba that is more than any Yoruba anywhere, old or young.
You are not more than us. Nobody is disrespecting Oloye Sunday Igboho or whatever, but it is a painful thing because we on this program, we knew how much we raised to contribute.
Over 22 million naira went into their different hands. I have the receipts.
Like what do anybody, because now we have seen another thing that, okay, let's go through this route. How many people on this program will now have the confidence? Okay,
a year ago, they've eroded that confidence to build that back. God knows. I don't know how long it's going to take.
How can we build that back? You guys have messed things up for us. If not that, we on here, we remain resolute and we remain like on what we want
focus
to
do. And confident that we will make an impact if we remain together, no matter how long it takes. And we will.
All this money we were giving out or whatever, if we had used it for this project that we just did,
imagine.
Do you know how many people would have won back? And you be saying someone wants to be a leader. Who told you Maiyegun wants to be a leader? Are you mad or something?
Obviously, but you want
See, you are not scared of anybody.
I don't care who you are. See, Ahmed, this is the new slogan, okay? If you respect us, we'll respect you. Now, you don't say you respect us by doing things that actually disrespects us. And we discover that what you are doing is actually disrespectful. And we are now pointing that out, and you feel like, let us respect others. In with the weakest voice, so Ahmed.
It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, you do for me, you push me. It's only those who like us who will.
No art. You can't deceive me and then be so confident in front of me and say, shut up your mouth, don't talk to me like that. If I am closer to you, so not the thing say, you know what I mean? That's who I am. Online, offline, that's who I am. You get, so I can't hide that.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
See, as you do this, as if you say, okay, your body, your kind physique, say, maybe you know go if you want through punch. Let me say why you to ba je ti punch ni ma gba ni ese o ni le dide o ni do abi share.
They don't.
To ba je sọ̀rọ̀ ni ja sọ̀rọ̀, to ba je keke ni ja. If it is man to man, let's go. We are not scared of anybody. We are not scared of anybody. We don't need anybody to come and dictate to us that we need to.
How can you be scared of people that see? How can you be scared of people that you give handouts to? What kind of person will you be then? We hold the reign, okay? We hold most of the things that actually makes them relevant. So if we take them back, of course they can kick back, they can do all they can, but it won't change the fact that this is not a competition, Ahmed. If you do it, I will say it.
The moment all this, the moment you see that on this program we are raising money, doing one tono, the halogen, and you will and when it defraud. I want sort you really want the answer where you are disrespectful. You need that respect. You need that respect.
Anyway,
I was angry.
No, it is seriously annoying. Honestly speaking,
you want to come and tell us what to do. pẹ̀lú owó táwa dá ẹ̀yà wèrè ni owó táwa dá ẹ̀rọ máa sọ fún wa ẹ̀fẹ̀ mọ̀
everybody mà ló fowó síbẹ̀.
àwọn sọ fún pé ìfọ̀ táwa owó wa ṣe rèé a fẹ́ fi help àwọn èèyàn wa tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin what you are supposed to do with those money you are spending it you are enjoying yourself people are still there they are there they are living their life all those people that are going out every day on Koiki. I used to see Koiki post all this
flag, everything. They have no idea.
Come on, empower wọn pẹ̀lú àwọn owó yẹn ó kì í gba ẹ fi ṣe kí ni ìwọ fẹ́ o ṣe tẹ́lọ̀ yẹn yàrá
ìkóyà. But that's not the purpose.
Ká encourage wọn nǹkan táwa fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn kì í ṣe pé kẹ́yìn wèrè kẹ́ á máa pín owó mọ́ra yín lọ́wọ́ kẹ́ máa ṣe fine box pẹ̀lú owó olówó ẹ̀yà ẹ ti ya wèrè o gbogbo yẹn ti ya wèrè ẹ̀ lẹ́ni talking you orí ti kúrú. And this idiot now that was talking Maiyegun before I go this idiot that was talking Bin Uthman, that Malan that was talking, Muslim.
Yes.
You see that man? He's from Kano State. Bin Uthman. That's his name. Bin Uthman. Sheikh Bin Uthman. Yeah. He's Bushiwanye own speak own speak Dutch, own speak Spanish, own speak French.
The multilingual. That's a plus.
Yeah, he's multilingual. But you see, I used to listen to him normal. Emi o mo man listen to their tefsir, but this tefsir about
politics, yeah. You can easily see their prejudices as well.
I don't know if I told you. I don't know if I ever told you this, Maiyegun. There was a certain time. The last time I went back home, I went Molo Kijimo. Me and my guys now Congo pray Juma. So ita lawati wa kinu. Ba she kinu ton. Naim. One those ladan just stand up, come begin talk about PVC, kini come. He tell me my voice gone loud. I can't say, K for outside, I can't say, Dalla, one Kugaya, one ladan, Dalla is on I didn't get Mutania Ajia answer PVC, Banza the Opiniza see the shit. Telochin the Akasa Mutani Kuna Gam Mutani suggests that is a man hauka, I can't begin rant. People come begin look me. My guys don't this. I think we need that. You know, go better for anybody. We tell me to make a check. But one day passing abandon the one kuku mommy. The most squad. The one more me go. I know well. Any book would say, "Oh, be here that who come for most of my money." Or now God save them. Say, I know stay inside that mosque. I for stand up. Say, Ladan, Zauna, sit down. God save them. Say, no be time mosque. I pray. Now stand up, I stand up. What attitude now stand mobile get out. Gbogbo nonsense, gbogbo rubbish talk, all this nonsense,
all this lies, manipulation. You know,
they bring politics come inside mosque, and now they accept them. What nonsense is that? People can't look me, some can't say Gaskiani. There's some way they say Gaskiani, some just they work up. Me they expect person will come face me. So Ibadu ma fit alone. I like here me watch so aba been come more here. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́ wá jo man. Make I just understand when time reach.
It's almost time now, Baba. It's just about 54 days away. It's not far.
February. Ebi apa odunya yo. Okay, I never say anything. Ori shi ma buru fun yin.
They believe that you, Ahmed, you are the one who is going to become heartbroken the moment Tinubu is elected, so that they can shame you, same way they shamed you on Buhari. I have never seen that kind of a reverse psychology before in my life. It works well in Nigeria, brother. Let me take another one.
I'm living good. I'm living okay. I'm living fine.
No, they will punish you. They will punish you by making Tinubu the president, so that they can punish you, people like you. They can put you to shame. Sure you get, I showed you, Ahmed. Thank you so much. Make I take this one, brother. I believe this is Kenneth, right?
Yes,
Happy New Year, Kenneth.
Happy New Year.
It's good to hear from you again. I mean, I still kind of remember how I managed to drag you out, bring your face out, and participate in our People's Parliament where you left an indelible mark. I won't forget that conversation. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. And how are you still and the family?
I am very well. I mean, I'm surviving. So thanks for asking, Kenneth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for everything you do.
You are so
welcome. As we are counting down to the charade,
it's almost
counting down to the
almost here.
to the movie, to the movie that is about to play itself out. We are we're just counting down. It's like counting down to to the
You know what I told people, Kenneth, right? I said, if I wake up a day or 2 or 3 later, when they finally say that this person, they are going to, we will all see the drama that will lead to it, right? However, if I wake up on after their share, if they do conduct it, if that happens, right? If I wake up and Tinubu is declared their president, I'll just turn on my camera and say, you are welcome to the helper too. You are welcome to this. You know, it's going to be a bumpy ride. And guess what? Honestly speaking, it's going to be sad. But on the other side, we can begin to get real ready for the end of Nigeria. I'm not saying this because I always want it or because I don't like a Yoruba man, but I'm talking about we will witness this and I will never be shocked. The only shock which will shock me is to wake up and they say they have declared Obi. Even me, I will advise people we never get helmet to Olokada to block shelling to get ready because it's not going to be easy. That's my own projection, Kenneth. I don't know about yours.
Absolutely. It's the same thing. I'm feeling the same way. Same thing.
Because that's the only shock that can shock me. Tinubu and Tiff can never shock me. No.
Maiyegun, there is nothing that is going to be happening in Nigeria, whether it's in Tinubu, whether it's Atiku or Peter Obi or Babajo, nothing shocks me. Nothing will surprise me because this is a country where it is literally anything goes. These people, anything will go. And when it goes, guess what? It does not surprise me because they are the same people, the same cycle. The same cycle, the same people, the same crap that we have been dealing with.
See, Kenneth, I'm talking about, listen, I'm talking about if we put everything down right now, their poll is making obedient feel like they are going to surprise us. Sure, you get that they believe they will surprise everybody, including the establishments. Are you with me? Even though establishment, a part of the establishment is part of obedient too. Well, let's leave that. Okay. But the real establishment, the incumbency, Tinubu and gang, they are already like operating like people waiting to just do an extension. Sure, you get. Now, the shocker there is just going to be Atiku, Tinubu and the rest of APC and the rest of them. Now you are waking up the following morning and they say Obi is leading. Even you said you go fear for Nigeria. What's going to happen next? That's what I think. You will fear that. What's going to happen next? We don't know what's going to happen next. Abi, we are waiting for them to announce him. That's why I call it a shocker. If that happens, a lot of them don't believe it's going to happen. That's what would be the shocker I'm talking about. But you believe that overall, there's nothing that's going to change. The more things changes, the more they remain the same. That's a different conviction. On a general view. Go on, Kenneth.
And again, Michael, if you look at even since when Obasanjo made that endorsement,
right?
You see look at the frenzy, the way PDP, APC are going at it like as if the Nigeria or the world
are still talking about it to discredit it, and I'm like, it shouldn't worth anything.
Exactly, and I said to myself, I said, hold on. First of all, Obasanjo is not on the ticket.
No.
Right? It's not on the ticket. The people who are on the ticket, first and foremost, we already know that they are a bunch of wealth. What it is a joke. And then you that you are just a surrogate or whatever, I don't know whatever name I want to call it. You are the one even literally freaking out. You are freaking out because
and I'm surprised.
Another thief, another criminal, another idiot who is endorsing an establishment of the same people, the same corrupt,
the same replication, duplication of all of this. Why is this shocking?
And you are freaking out. bro.
Why are they freaking out exactly?
I don't understand. So, and then when I watched the Arise interview, the 3 panel, and then the Shehu Okibala, the other one, that's first kind of first Topoto.
Festus Otobo, he was there on channels. A few hours after, he was with Rufai on Arise. It was never fact checked on channels, but on Arise, now disaster. I have the video. But I'll let you talk more.
And then you could see Maiyegun, one after the other from PDP, from APC. You could see that it's not just because they were just freaking out. You could just see that, my God, these people are literally on fire. They are burning out. It's like you just put them, they are literally burning out.
Well, Kenneth, and then, you know my own theory. You know my theory, yeah? As if you kind of, I don't know if we are on the same line here, right? But if you take a look at it, yeah? APC, they are the incumbent, right? They have about 22 states where they have governors. They have the majority of the House of Rep members right now. They have about 100 and I think they had about 170 something, right? Now, they have the highest number of the senators, okay? By standard, by calculation, politically, they have the widest spread right now. They control the military. They control the soldiers. They control this or that, okay? Including the INEC. And like you talk about this freaking out, they are not preparing for election, okay? They are preparing for certification of the continuation of the fraud that they have already established in Nigeria, which they expect that a unanimous agreement and support and delivery should come from all these places that they control by their own estimation. They are never going to lose all those places. So it's just coronation day they are waiting for. When Obasanjo now said is endorsing somebody without any structure, and they started freaking out. Papa even myself when they freak out, say, "Oh, waiting they happen. Why are they so worried? You've got everything for you. Everything. Why are they worried for days?" Then maybe something is actually cooking. That some of us should begin to dig. We might be able to find crude oil if we dig deeper this time around.
And finally, before I go, if you look at the whole situation as it's building up, the moment Obasanjo wrote that letter and the endorsement and how they are freaking out and how the side show and the shit show going on, you could see that it's just like we're going to be watching a season movie from this moment till that the 25th of that election. February. And don't be surprised. And I want everybody to take note. We are watching a series, and I'll be loving it when I'm watching your program.
That's why I'm see. Some people think, Kenneth. Some people think I actually enjoy sharing their campaign videos with everybody. No, personally, I don't. But as a diary, you as a person following, there are some certain things that will happen. Just moment before the charade election, during it, and after it. You should never have missed out on the event that lead or preceded that. You should follow it bomber to bomber so that when those things happen, you as a person, you are already aware. In fact, you probably have made a decision on what your reaction is going to be when that happen. That's exactly why Maiyegun is sharing them with you. You they see the crowd for Kano. You they see everywhere. They are not coincident. They are deliberate. And in Nigeria, now person will rig, person pass, they win. Sure, you know. That is why it is called winner takes it all. And no progress will come from any arrangement that says winner takes it all. You don't build a nation with winner takes it all mentality. And that's exactly what they are working towards. Kenneth, thank you.
Maiyegun.
Yes,
Maiyegun, please, for Princess and for yourself, please.
Yes.
I want to tell you guys, you guys are doing an awesome job, great job on the Yoruba nation.
Yes.
I am, although technically, I might not be Yoruba, but
I've gotten a name for years. You are friends of Yorubas, friends of our lovers of freedom, and they say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. We share the same thing.
I I will do this year, 2023. I will do everything I can, my best to support you guys. And I want you not to. I want to like you've always remain calm. Stay calm. You have the Judas Iscariot who are going to be trying to do everything they can to portray your effort. And please tell Princess, also tell Princess that she's doing a great job. But that please, she should also, whenever she goes to Nigeria, she should be careful and mindful of those who are smiling, who are saying they are with her.
Like those who are like laughing towards us, and we will be careful. Like those who know about where we go and all that. I like that.
Yeah, I cannot say, great job. She should keep it up. She has our support.
Thank you,
great
Kenneth.
Job. Thank you so much.
God bless you on this, on that. Okay, we appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody who is the lovers of freedom, the friends of Yorubas. You know what they call us? The Biafrans call us the friends of Biafrans. All of us who are non-Biafrans. Hello, ma.
Hello, my brother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, ma.
I don't know what YouTube has done. Some of us are no longer getting the notification. So honestly, I was having a conversation.
I have noticed, ma. Sure you get. And then all the time I try to remind the people, even as we are speaking or talking right now, people should try and check their subscribe button on Maiyegun's Diary Politico that you have subscribed to. Go back to that subscribe button. Check your notification where you see that bell, that single bell on the side. Yeah, check it and put all notification on. It's going to ask you that you should select which one you want to receive notification for. Live broadcast or whenever Maiyegun upload a video, just tap all, okay? And then I've noticed, ma, and I hope YouTube algorithm will bring us back to that notification time. It's sad, but yeah, it's true.
Thank God that I've managed to reset the notification button. Finger crossed. That I will no longer miss my program.
Thank you.
Firstly, I want to say kudos to Princess for the wonderful job that she's doing and our group in Nigeria. That I watched the program after
the clip of the visit. Yeah,
that was excellent. Princess. Twale, mo gbe fún princess.
Queen B, princess. Now, yeah, that's the lady Abby. Go on, man.
Wọ́n kú iṣẹ́ gidigidi gan. So, Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. And secondly, the program on Ìlànà program. Honestly, if anybody comes to you or tries to say anything negative about it, because the truth is bitter. I watched the video and honestly, Moshe Biwele, this is the truth. Because only the people who are in the system no matter.
She gets.
I want to when somebody is now telling half of the truth, because that is not even the whole lot of the truth. That is the most.
Yet. No.
And I want to go for the table, one for the share. Emma de you get a gesture go deal. You've done well.
Well.
You've done well.
We all sort of found ourselves because we feel like the Nigeria system has failed us. In the process, we also discovered the characters that Nigeria used in failing us. And the antecedent, their actions, all of us know about these people. How are you going to be so comfortable if you now discover that those who are benefiting from that a cut-off relationship with Nigeria in the name of a struggle that could give us our own nation. They are, in fact, with the little they have access to, right? They are worse than the people that are sending you out of Nigeria. Would you keep quiet?
Wallahi, 100% Bama.
Would you keep quiet? You will never want to. You know what? You know my dilemma, ma. You know my dilemma, ma. I haven't realized all of this. It took months because, you know, we are Yorubas. Sometimes you may think because you know something and you want people to know them, you want to help them. In the process, it will backfire because at the end of the day, people will be like, must you announce it? Must you all, you know what I mean? Can't you just keep quiet? And the rest. So that now lies on you on how to manage the message so that the purpose of that message is not lost. It doesn't turn back to become like it is a competition or something. I did my best to say.
Yes. Because already a lot of people have been discouraged.
Suspicious of a lot
from
of things.
The movement. A lot. Because it got to a point where when people talk about, meet and that, I just said, please go ahead. As far as I'm concerned, I'm here waiting for February. Because if it took all these meetings here, there, I am no longer interested. Oh, one can that way. I'll put it on the table.
A lot of people.
I'm not going to put Kobo any longer. I don't hide it.
Interest you.
No longer Kobo. I was on a program 3 days ago or 4 days ago, and I mentioned, but the only place where they follow me see, as of now, Maiyegun and Ilano UK. Because Momo Koton Shenbe. Momo Shenbe. It's not well announced to the world, but they are working.
Because you can track what they are doing. You know, you can track them. You can monitor what they are doing. You can see if they are doing it well or not, but you will see they are doing something. That's what we are encouraging. Let's encourage people to get involved, do something. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, it's not a competition. You don't have to be so great. The fact that you are interested and you want to do something that's going to make an impact, you are welcome. And we need to encourage that in a way, ma.
When you, and this is exactly what I said, when Maiyegun put the billboard up near Yoruba, to all these strategic places, isn't that something to be proud of? The politicians, those politicians, they put up their own billboard. And somebody else did the same thing. Ejo, I want to so quick in point your consultation. And now they are doing this door-to-door support. In terms of food, they now want to start something on education. Oh yeah, give me a group. Tí ó ń ṣe irú ẹ̀.
Ní orúkọ Yorùbá.
Wọ́n ní tẹ́jú bá kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́.
Tó ń ṣe ní orúkọ Yorùbá. A group that is trying to bring people from different grassroots.
If anybody wants to talk, they should come out and say, àwọn lágbájá ń ṣe báyìí. Tí ìbá ṣe pé gbogbo wọn ń gba owó security.
Security. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe vigilante ọ̀hún, kò yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó mú sàn dáadáa ní tó ń wáyé ẹni tó gbé AK-47 káàkiri. Excuse me, ma. Mo sọ pé tí mo bá sọ gbogbo bí mo ṣe mọ̀ sẹ́, àwọn èèyàn rò pé bóyá pé mo ní primordial motive kan against wọn ni. I haven't even said it. I haven't even said like 30% of what I know. Look at everybody there. Oh, nígbéraga. You don't even have respect. Alaye, èmi ò ń respect èèyàn tó bá ti disrespect me for that long. We gave them that chance to come clean. They didn't.
If you know what you are doing, you are honest about your work and the transparency. This is what it's all about. Transparency. it's not something téèyàn kan ṣe tí kò wà open to the world or open to others. And this is what we call accountability.
And that's what we need.
So every single penny
must be accounted for.
All are well accounted for.
Yes.
So èèyàn kò lè sọ pé kinní kan. Ṣé ìkọ́kọ́ bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ wípé tibí ṣe tibí ọmọ kọ́nítọ̀ máa gbé pé o nítorí nǹkan àfojúrí ni àwa kan tiẹ̀ máa ṣépè tiẹ̀ ni nítorí kókó wá gbé pé àwa kan máa ṣépè fún ni. Nítorí
mo ń dúró de Yoruba Union ní program kan, there's a plan ṣe get ẹ jẹ́ n sọ díẹ̀ fún yín mà, right? That plan ẹni wípé ṣe bí a ṣe wà live yìí sí, right? A lè connect gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, a lè connect like bí 20 to 30 locations across Yoruba land live pẹ̀lú wa báyìí táwọn èèyàn máa jókòó tẹ máa rí wọn báyìí tó máa jókòó bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí gbogbo àtàwà jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Union all over the world any chance láti address sí ọtẹ mo yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn mo yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹ máa rí thousands if not hundreds of thousands of people gathered across Yoruba land. So bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń sọ tèmi tẹ́yìn ń sọ tiyín, they will be hearing all of us. Ẹ̀yin náà máa rí wọn. Because the whole thing is, now, that idea, that idea, I make a public yet, even within the in-house. I want to promise you 10 projectors and projector screen. Yẹni wípé, Sheridi, let's say pé àwa bá ṣe wà yìí nsìn, right? Àwọn ará Ondo, ká wá sọ pé bóyá ní bóyá bí 10 locations l'Ondo alone, across Ondo. Táwọn ti máa meet. Ṣé bá ṣe go live. Gbogbo wọn yẹn pátápátá ló máa join wa live. Báwa ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn náà máa sọ̀rọ̀, tẹ́yìn náà máa gbọ́. Kò yé yín. So a fẹ́ sọ the global community in a way tó jẹ́ pé a máa connect àwọn tilé mọ́ gbogbo àwa tá wà ní abroad pátápátá. Ṣé yín, àwa máa make ní a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé bí once every month, then we'll keep expanding. Àwọn èèyàn tó máa kó projector síta báyìí. Build, in fact, Timba fún yín ní full detail àwọn kọ́kọ́ táwọn èèyàn kan ti ń commit ilé already in sin. You can go to bed tonight and feel like something is coming. I think something good is happening. Something great is about to happen. I can tell you this.
Inú mi ń dùn, ìtẹ́ mi gan máa tẹ́ tí mo máa kópa nínú ẹ̀ ló wà lọ́pọlọ mi bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Because what we want to do is pay everybody who are abroad. Do you understand? So the moment we start putting all these structures in place, you will direct every family member of your community and the rest of them, you will direct them to us. As you are directing them to us, at the end of the day Yoruba Union have a meeting or having a chat, it's just going to be Yorubas abroad and Yorubas at home meeting again to show the work of those who are on ground that we are about to mobilize and empower to deliver and connect all these communities. Give us some time. You will be so proud that this is happening.
That is one of the ways forward, because people at home, they have been denied the opportunity to know what is on the ground.
Yes.
They can now watch it on projector, just like Ibaka Wadi Kekere, táwọn onífíìmù yẹn máa ń gbé projector wọn kiri àdúgbò. So a lot of people are it's just like the billboard. When you put the billboard up, èèyàn tó ń bọ̀ láti Èkó tó lọ Ìbàdàn, ó máa rí ìgédégbé báyìí.
Ẹ jẹ́ sáré sọ nǹkan kan mà. Ṣé ní tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí, mo fẹ́ sọ torí other people that are listening to us, okay? See, I understand that sometimes we have doubts on what we are capable of doing. In my world, right? Until I do something, I don't believe that it is impossible. Excuse me, ma. The day we decided to spend our money, we actually started with over 1.8 million on that billboard. We expanded it to over 3 million the second time for that expansion. You remember that many people then felt like if we put any billboard out there, Nigerian government will uproot them and destroy them. None of our billboard was ever destroyed for almost 6 months that we ran them across Yoruba land. None of them ever destroyed. When we said we were going to reach out to the people, give them whatever we can to support them, a lot of people believe that it is impossible. Number one, the roads are not safe. Number two, these people, they would do anything the politicians tell them. Don't waste your food. It's a waste of food, waste of money. Why don't we just go and use that money to buy a gun and defend blah, 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 blah. All those. I said, well, I believe in that theory. We went and meet the people. A lot of people felt so proud. Guess what, ma? They said, why haven't we been doing this all this while? Maybe we would have gone far, deeper than what we are witnessing today. So if I say that we are giving education, now we're saying we are going to support school children with books, fees, and all that. Guess what, ma? People are already saying no government will allow you to bring any of the Yoruba something to any school. When are you guys going to start believing that if you can think something, you can actually do it, except if you don't mean it? Me, Maiyegun, I don't say things I don't mean. And that is why I said, when I say something, it is because I want to succeed. In the process of wishing to succeed, I am also ready to make mistakes, even fail, so that I can learn from it until I succeed. Now, if you don't believe that Yoruba Union will enter all schools in Yoruba land, they will be welcomed. The school authority, the local government authority, including the state in Yoruba land, they will welcome us with open arms. You are going to see the children. You are going to see their teachers. You're going to see the school runners. They are going to talk to us. Then afterward, you may be asking, how did they do that? I never believed that is possible. With us, a lot is possible. And that's why we keep telling people that except we don't do anything we say, we can say something that we won't do. But to me, I will never say something that we never do. Okay? So yeah, I just thought I should say that. Go on, man.
Say, if you can dream it, right?
Yeah.
It can come to reality.
Yes, you can make it happen. Of course.
So I won't say more than that.
God bless you.
Some of us believe in that theory.
So I believe in possibility. I believe in getting my way. How I'm going to do it, how we are going to do it, will bring the results. We'll even bring the mistakes too. We are not perfect. But you know why we believe that we are doing the right thing is because if you make mistake, it's a sign that you are doing something. And we are going to stop talking. We're going to be doing something. Then watch us in the next few weeks and months. So, ma, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay?
It's not the people of talk.
It's not just talk anymore.
Without backing it up with physical action. Because it is a matter of, okay, we are talking about this. Let us back it up. And you know, it is about what we call strategy. Strategy. If there is a strategy in place,
yes,
and then you plan on how to implement those strategies,
yes,
and you focus on it is possible.
It is possible.
There is a strategy in place.
Thank you very much for believing.
No one is saying, oh, follow Yoruba Nation. This, because you didn't go there asking them, follow Yoruba Nation. You went in there, talked to them about positivity.
Of making this happen. Because it's so important for the future generation that are
coming. And that was why they asked, what do you want, princess? No, that was, no, you don't want anything. And that is creating a positive mind. By the time tí community bá ti rí pé kì í ṣe pé wọ́n polówó pé ẹ mú rondorondo wá, and this is Yoruba.
Yes.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa sọ pé lóòótọ́ máa ní wọ́n wá wọ́n ṣe lè fún wa, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí fún wa, wọ́n ní ẹ ṣe lè ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pé benefit eléyìí rèé o, nǹkan báyìí ni o, but they are left with that mindset of make up your mind.
Yeah, they have to play a role. They have a role to play. Nobody is going to help us. We must all help ourselves. Now, we are trying to build that relationship now. I'll ask people to check us back in another 6 months and see How far did that relationship go? You will be jealous in 6 months. Those who are probably going to be doubting us. Let's keep it together as we are doing. And keep faith as well. Because that's the only thing. See, the only currency that we are spending right now, a lot of these guys have done so much damages, okay? That the only currency we are spending right now is called trust. It's so rare. We have it. And we are going to continue to expand it until more and more people join that trust, that trusted team, and watch what we can do as a people. You know what, Ma? Thank you so much. Let me take another call. Tonight, it's been so wonderful hearing from you, by the way. As usual. You should have a good one, Ma. So that's Lady Abby, as usual, dropping her own beat without blinking. So, yes, we are going to open all, you do you know what it's called aggressive fundraising? That's what we're going to do on Friday. Okay. We are going to categorize our fundraiser because this particular education support project for 10,000 school children in Yoruba land. I'm interested. I love it. I'm inviting you to join us. It is going to be done. But we really want to do it the way we want it done without any limitation of resources. This evening, when we're talking on the Telegram, a member of our board decided to just go on there and just give us £100. I said, no, hang on. The way we're going to do it is going to be like it's never been done before. Yes, people have tampered with the image and the messages that encourages people to come together, fuse together, and fight together for Yoruba nation and the Yoruba people in a way. But we're going to do something we've never done before. And we're going to achieve something we've never achieved before, right? And that will be on us from this Friday. I am also going to join in the whole thing as your Baba Gio on Friday. I am going to open the floor of the fundraiser, okay, with some money, right? Then I bet a lot of people are going to follow, suit as well. Like this, my caller. Hello there. Hello there. Can you hear me? Anyway, I put you on hold earlier, and I believe you should be listening to your phone and not your screen. Okay? If you are calling in, right? If you are looking at your screen, you see that video. You see this word I've just said now. It will take about 8 seconds or 7 seconds. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Before you actually hear everything I said, before it gets transmitted to you. So when you call in, just listen to your phone. You and I will be talking. Our viewers will be listening as usual. So hello there.
Hello.
Hello, hey. Sir. How are you?
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Quite an age.
It's been a while. Should I say Happy New Year?
It's been a while, yeah.
Or
Happy New
joy,
Year, no,
compliment of the entire season.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. How are you, sir?
I've been calling anyway since the program started. I've been calling, but I'm glad that I'm here now.
Now you are calling, you are getting through towards the end of the program. You are likely going to be my last caller.
End of the program.
Or second to the last.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so I keep on wondering something. I want elite, are they okay? Sometimes when I just sit down and think, those people that call themselves elite.
The elite.
Are they in their right senses?
Remember what I told you about their greed and selfishness? Nigeria is a turn-by-turn Nigeria limited, okay? Everyone who is in that category of elite, most of them are surviving based on the milking of Nigeria. And as it is,
But
I don't think they care.
But their surviving is not even as that, as that much as we expect.
It's not that much, I know, but they're surviving on it.
It's not that much. So why are they sitting down on that keg of
gunpowder
gun that is going to explode very soon? Why they see what is going on in that country? Kidnapping, hunger, killing everywhere. Everything is going on like that. Okay, look at it. I read about the story today. that ex-governor of Imo State escaped death. About 4 police was killed.
Oh my God, when was that? Was that Okorocha? Or...
I just read it. They said ex-police of Imo State. I forget his name. I just read it.
They are all target of death anyway, okay? When you look at them here and there, they are escaping death left, right, and center until they finally caught up with them. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm just so surprised. I mean, I don't know. It weighs me down. Anytime I think about all these people, it weighs me down. Look at the way we are spending money on these people. Look at the way we are investing money on them every day. Look, I can tell you. Do you believe this December we think? Only this December, I spent nothing less than 450,000.
You telling me if I'm not going to believe, or I am going to believe you more and more, whatever you say. See, whatever you say you did, I believe you 100% because, sir, I'm in your shoes.
Still, these people don't. I'm telling you, these people, they don't see what we are seeing. And if you are telling them, they will be arguing with you. And you see that in abroad, and you are telling us what, and we are the one in Nigeria. We know what is going on in Nigeria. I'm like,
they don't know anything. Or they do, and they are part of the whole nonsense. So that is why sometimes, it is sad that you look at people that you say, if Nigeria was all right, okay, you should be doing better than this, right? Now, here I am. I know why it is not working. I'm saying it to you so that you should know too, or you do know. But I'm not asking you to give up and say there's nothing you can do. At least admit that if you understand a problem, the first solution is to make sure that you don't approach the issue or every situation the same way you created your problem in your life. You should change it. Right. You can't be creating you can't be using the same technique that brought you this. Oh God, Nigeria.
I told one of my cousins, I'm like, okay, look at what is going on. Do you want to put the life of your children on this
the future of your own
for
children?
Another 8 years? Or even your own life? This person I'm talking about is a master's holder.
See?
Assistant Director, Minister of Education. And you know one question he asked me?
What?
He asked me, he said, is that how it is in all these European countries in like Ireland? Is that how it is in that they don't take life in all those countries?
Do you get that?
Like,
Esa, it will sometimes make me feel like my brain is just going to freeze. When you listen to educated people,
the way Nigeria is, that is how everywhere in the world
is. Same everywhere. Is it not happening in America? See, Baba, we are talking about Boko Haram, kidnapping and killing people in Nigeria, right?
That's right. You are telling me you are kidnapping people in America.
No. They won't say kidnapping in America. They will say, but there is gun violence in America now. Do you know how many people that die every day have gone?
Every day in America, gone.
What are you talking about?
Why you?
Like what are
and
you
these
talking?
people die of guns, so they escape like the Boko Haram escape.
See, you get. What is the similarity? It's the same thing now. Boko Haram has killed 10,000 people. You know how many people gunmen kill in America? And you're like, oh my God, you don't even know where to start. You won't know where to start.
Look at the way you are thinking, master's holder. You are thinking like this.
What is the correlation?
Look at the way you are thinking. That is there table of light in European country except London? If you know about Britain, that Britain doesn't the light doesn't go in Britain. He said like Ireland, like Polish, like Woodies, like is that how light stable? I'm like, hey,
thing, eh?
So you don't know, you don't see it. Oh my God.
Like, what do you say to
I'm like,
people?
okay.
How do you convince them? What do you say to them?
How do you convince that person? That's the point. I'm like, okay. So Maiyegun, I thank you. I thank Princess. I'm always behind you. I'm always, online every day to see what is going on. I might not call, but I always listen to you. I always listen.
God bless you, sir.
Trust me, I always follow. I don't miss any of your show. I don't miss any of the diary. I don't miss it.
Thank you.
Every time I listen to it. So I'm waiting for Friday.
Oh, Friday's going to be a big day. You know what I want to do on Friday?
I'm waiting for Friday.
I want to make sure that there are people who have every means to contribute. no excuse for those who want to voluntarily be part of it. We are aggressively raising about 30 million naira. 30 million naira is just about 30,000 pounds. We're going to raise it inside Nigeria. We're going to raise it all over the world, and we're going to pull all of it together, and we're going to reach out to 10,000 students. That's my wish. That's my dream.
The way Mama said the last caller before.
Yeah.
The last caller said he's not contributing money to anybody anymore.
There's a lot of people like that.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's only Maiyegun diary that I contributed money to now.
And
not any other place.
For granted, though. See, sir,
we are not taking
it for granted. Though.
I know.
Somehow, I have noticed that. I have noticed that in the people that are also following our path, led by Princess in Nigeria.
So because we can see what we are doing with the money. That's the point.
You just have to show proof. You have to show working. You have to show evidence. And guess what? Even if it's just 10 pounds I put, $10, I just want to make sure that it is used rightly. Not for somebody using that to feel
how
cool.
Those money works. I can see how Princess went to Oshun. I see all the video how Princess went to Oshun. I went to Ife. I went to Ondo State. I went to Ibadan. I saw all those pictures. I saw all those. I saw everything. Ikorodu.
Yes.
Please, you know who's talking. Don't forget Badagry. Don't forget Badagry. Please, Babegu is the one talking. I know you remember that.
It doesn't take time, but sometimes, you see, one thing is this, sometimes when I say the name, I feel guilty. Because sometimes I feel like I deny my viewers, I deny our watchers, right? I deny them the exclusivity of you calling in.
I know you're not. You're not.
My name is, I'm calling from so and so. So, but I just can't help it. I can't help it. Sometimes when I just say, oh, Maiyegun, is that you? I say, yeah, this is Maiyegun.
That's right.
Well, I like that, sir. Thank you so much for being part of it, okay?
You're welcome,
on Friday, and it's going to be a great day.
No problem. So, I'm waiting for Friday, please.
And it's, we are expecting that our accounting details from Nigeria is going to be completely explained on Friday. Princess is going to be part of the broadcast. And then there's nothing much to say. The focus is going to be on our education supporter program, where we intend. It's a very huge one. It's not that huge. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if I am a GO without a magic when I say abracadabra. You don't even need abracadabra. 30 million naira is something that in my own world, I just feel like 30 people can write the check. Or maybe 60 people. Or maybe 120 people. Or maybe 1,200 people. It doesn't matter how we break it down. I just feel strongly that we can make a huge impact if we move from 500 families that benefited in December, discussed about why Yoruba nation is so important, why Yorubas deserve the better and the best from what they are being offered in Nigeria today. How can we gather them? How can we bring them together? How can we build a voice inside them and make it so huge, so loud that nobody can ignore it? We have started the work. Okay? So we might go from 500 families to 10,000 school children. I can't wait. It's possible. And we're going to start it on Friday. Yes, on Friday. You should be part of it too. $10, $20, €10, €5, £5, £10, 1,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 1 million naira. In fact, 5 million naira. Okay. Oh, yes. 1,000 pounds sterling, 1,000 US dollars. It doesn't really matter the interest, what you have in mind. I'm talking about that thing that tells you to be part of this and touch the life of people you are likely never going to see, never going to meet. They will probably never know you personally. But as a group, you are likely going to be so proud the day this happened for real. And it's going to happen. We're going to print 100,000 copies of 80 leaves exercise books for secondary school students in Yoruba land. 10,000 of them. You're laughing? You think it's not going to happen? Okay. You may not be laughing for too long. Let me take my last call and then call it tonight. Hello there.
Maiyegun, MG Baba.
Hey, Baba Alpha. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Akin Olafioye.
Kabiesio. Akin Omo Akin. Yes, sir. It's good to have you. I'm my last caller tonight. And then, yeah, you can have me around it up, sir, before we call it a night. How are you? Oh, Happy New Year. Then how are you?
Happy day to you, Maiyegun. And happy day to the members of Temple of Truth.
God bless you. Thank you.
You see, there's one question I want to ask you. Just only one question.
Please.
And then I believe we have been repeating this thing, but it seems some people might not be able to get it because you are a kind of person, for those people who knows exactly what they are doing, you keep them thinking. You open their head, you open their eyes.
That's right.
Sometimes you don't need to go to school. If anybody listens to you, I am telling you, Maiyegun, I have developed some vocabulary. Some say my brain is awake for so many reasons. And there are ways I used to talk now and people listen. And you will see sometimes people who are embarrassed with the answer I will give to their questions. If I'll be able to have a foresight, I have a discerning spirit to be able to, you see, there's something
with the right information. You are just going to be somebody who has thousands of army behind you and facing a battle that they say you can't win. But you are so confident you're walking into it because you have the right information. Armed with the right information. That's what we want to spread. Make it look like normal. To become so difficult to lie to a Yoruba man or a Yoruba woman, a Yoruba son or daughter in Yoruba land. That's the job, Baba. And if you, somebody like you, can attest to that, imagine this on a large scale. That a lot of people can't be manipulated anymore. Think of what we can achieve. Having achieved that. Sir?
Logically, when you reason logically, even that is why we have people that study ideology, or sorry, it's not ideology, psychology
behavioral psychology, mental psychology, and other things. Yeah?
Yeah, they ask a question. How is this like this? What are the things? What are the causes? How can it be prevented? How can it be avoided? If you are a human being, if you tell me something now, Maiyegun, that Mr. Akin, do you see that this thing is red? I'll say, okay, let me check whether it's red or not. Then, you see, that is logic. But there are some people, they've just followed the crowd sheepishly. And that is what you call people having this syndrome, this charade syndrome. So,
which of them? There are so many syndrome. Oh, we've got Stockholm syndrome. Okay.
That somebody, psychobullying, and that is one of them. Using race, using religion,
gaslighting, bullying, and then people trying to force you to become a sort of a zombie mob who can't think. I'm following you, sir. Go on.
Yeah. So these are the kind of like what I'm saying. Yeah. These are the
like that or cyberbullying.
Yeah, they psychologically bully you. So they shout you down because they have, the way they are shouting people down is methodical in the sense that they use light, like electricity. They use wasting of resources, human being resources mismanagement, natural mismanagement, making the people who have knowledge, make them have they make their brains,
what they did is that they took economic power from them and they make them dependent on the system.
Exactly.
So whatever they think they have read or knowledge they think they are secondary to whatever the system which now controls their belly. It's sad though, a very sad situation. You see educated professor sounding like somebody who never go to primary 6. And you're like, Shangba 4. Did you not say this person is a professor? Yeah, he's a professor. Nigeria.
It's just like what that man was saying. That a master degree holder, you just there are ways that you think this person should be able to reason, you know, and then cross the borderline of all these things. But the question they will ask you, when you ask a question, the answer they will give you, you just look at you know, and why you see, Maiyegun, these people that are here, this Abrodians, majority of them never go home for the past 5 to 10 years ago.
Well,
they will be supporting what they don't know. I have been to Nigeria. I discussed with you the other time when I was
I know.
2.5 months I spent there. You know the information we will get here right today in UK, yeah, or all over the world. It will take Nigeria 1 week or 2 weeks before it gets to them. And another thing is that the moment they hear
if it ever gets there, some of them will never even hear about it at all.
Yeah, so they will say, and the next thing is, yeah, but by low one now. Why is it that I don't hear money? This is part of the cloud. This is part of the thing they use to paint your
general plan, to control the information you have access to, so that they will control what you are reacting to. Not just that, they also want to control how you react to. So therefore, they control what message you have access to. It is a shit show. Somebody said that on this program. It is a pure shit show. How do people build hope on a shit show, Baba? Like build hope on a shit show. I won't do that.
It's what I put in my own terminology as devil mechanical control, devil mechanical control mechanism. I mean, devil control mechanism. Sorry,
the devil control mechanism. The DVM.
Yeah,
I like that.
You see, because people, when the devil want to control you, they deceive you in all kinds of a thing. Yeah, or anybody, they will just want to. But you see, with you, Maiyegun, I was able to see a lot of. It's not maybe. I'm not going to say light at the back of the end of the tunnel.
Don't do that. Because you always say to the tunnel of Nigeria, they don't come back. They say even the cable to lay the lights, day. Let nobody tell you there's a light after the tunnel. This particular tunnel of Nigeria, endless darkness. I get what you mean, Baba. Go on.
So even if you want to go, you make me to think that if you want to go into the tunnel, there are 2 things or 3 things, and there's a lot of things you have to meet along the road.
Prepared.
When you are going, it's a dark tunnel. You have an alternative. You can carry a flashlight.
Yeah.
And be able, because anything you can be anything. You can come across anything along the road. But you just walk into that tunnel. You don't just walk into it. Anything can happen to you. So you gave me that flashlight that when you turn, you can see there are some crevices there. There can be a snake there. Then somebody can be looking at the back of the door. Even if a bat saw a light, they will run away. So your way. That is you make people to think. That is those who want to think.
Those who want to.
Because there are people, they have been bedeviled by this control mechanism syndrome that they don't even know. There's nothing you will tell them. They will continue to argue with you.
You can only reject something if you see it bad. Many of them don't see anything bad in all of this. So why would they reject it?
Yeah.
It's only when you make them see it, how much of this bad is affecting them. Just maybe, just maybe, they will turn around and save themselves and their children. That's my purpose. Give them that purpose. Give them that reason to fight, to have something to fight for. Would we be able to make a lot of them to have a reason to fight or something to fight for? I am happy that I have managed to make somebody like you see reason why it is important to let us have a reason to fight and what we want to fight for. I love that, Baba.
Maiyegun, in Nigeria, we have 3 main religions because some people are using religion to manipulate people. We have 3 religions.
Yes.
We have a Muslim, we have Christian, we have Abalaye.
The Abalaye.
Then I put it there that it is the turn of Babalawo and Mamalawo to rule Nigeria.
To rule
now.
Nigeria.
Let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
Whether there's going to be peace. Then somebody
for
says
the equity, justice, and fairness, Oh, yeah, let
Exactly.
Babalawo and Mamalawo be the president and vice president. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with
at
that?
least in this country, there's a law that came out now. Inclusiveness, inclusivity. So you even don't follow you. The moment they come to the table where you have to
They have the
respect
same
them
rights
and
and you
allow
have to accord them the same thing. Of course. That's equity.
What is the point of Babalawo not to be able to rule Nigeria? Maybe they're going to be, because the people that have been ruling Nigeria, they have been shouting, oh God, God, God. They have been shouting, what they call this
Jesus, Allah, Allah, and this and that for the past 63 years. Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah. In Jesus' name. Okay, the question I want to ask you is that why is it that Nigerian who wants to rule Nigeria, they always go to abroad to do meetings? Why is it the same way? Why is it that other African countries don't go to Nigeria or don't go to other neighboring countries or travel abroad to seek validation? Or is it have a
validation?
Meeting?
I was coming to that. I'm glad you used the word. They need that foreign validation. Some of you don't understand. See, Baba, you don't say anything foreign in Nigeria. Now correct. They want to use UK use phone, American use iPhone. Okay. If you go back, they say IJR. I just returned. Those are the typical Nigerians that return to Nigeria to meet girls every December. IJR. They have a name for them. I just catch another. I just catch one IJR. He just returned. I just catch this or that. Now foreign. It no matter. Once you return back, imported, you are real. You are valuable. And then the politicians in Nigeria, they need to give some validation from abroad so that their people can say, oh, look at Koolu. He's taking picture with the Prime Minister of UK. As if to say the Prime Minister of UK is actually so special. But in Nigeria, it's a big thing. Atiku just met with Biden. Biden and Atiku are discussing the progress of Nigeria. That's from the jokers who believe that their leaders are coming abroad because they care for them. It's validation, Baba, and you can't help them. It's like mental, and their politicians are milking it too. They need all those pictures. You have no idea. Some of them are actually like, once they meet Biden, they go back to Nigeria and do full advertorial on their newspaper and say, the best of what have you? Oh, so sorry. My camera is completely off now. Baba, you there?
Yeah, I'm still Maiyegun.
All right. So I am rounding up now. Just to make sure that we are not overshooting our time. So, Baba,
no.
You can help me just say, close it, and then we can call it a night. Okay, Baba?
Okay. It's just a calamitous ways of thinking of our people.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Nigeria that happened to your system. Now it's up NEPA.
No, you know something. What happened to me was that there's this particular plugin, right? When that thing gets to an hour, I am supposed to get up and switch it, right? But unfortunately, I just get carried away sometimes, right? So thank you.
You're a good teacher. You're a professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I told you I'm the man that got your master's degree last year in Maiyegun.
I wish I could give you the E and shake. Just like that.
Yeah.
Say, congratulations.
And the naked wine too serve a purpose for this
I know.
For the Christmas and
So
thank you so much, man.
I wish I could sit around and then possibly share that with everyone, just like yourself.
And the 1,000 people for Queen.
I'm part of your season this festive period, and thank you for being part of mine too for this time. So,
thank you.
Okay. So
thank
you should have a good one.
My regards to Queen. My regards to Mom, Madam, the Queen of the house.
Yes.
And all your children.
Thank
it shall
you,
be well with you.
Baba, and you
too.
Ami.
So,
God bless you.
and happy days to the members of the House of
the Temple of Truth. Everybody is saying hi to you, sir. Don't miss our Telegram. Join us there. It's happening there a lot.
I'm there. I'm there since that very day now. Maiyegun, I am the man that predicted when we do Igboho, this thing the other time last year when we are donating money, that before the end of we're going to arrive 10,000 pounds. But we arrive at 9,000 something.
Yeah, in
so
24
this time
hours.
around,
that was you.
Yeah,
you need to do it again for us now. We really need this.
So this time around now, this time around, by the grace of God, this year when we are doing the Yoruba Union and this thing that we are taking
on Friday,
about.
No, it's not this year. We are doing it on Friday, sir. I want you to use that your Nuogbo to say that we will succeed on our first day, on our first outing. It's so important that we do.
No, it's the food sharing that I'm talking about that we distribute to each state.
Yes.
So I'm saying it's going to be 1,000 bags each for each state. So we move on from there. And for this Friday, our first point, of course, is going to be about 3,000 pounds. So we move on from there.
Okay, and I know why you said that, okay? A lot of us have expended all our money during the holiday. Now we are just counting days for our first pay in January. So we might not be so, this time, but we will appreciate every penny that comes our way. It's so important that we start now. So thank you so much, sir, for being part of this, okay? Enjoy your evening. My regards to the family, and thank you so much for your time.
1,000 bosa for Princess Balogun or Queen Balogun.
Bosas. Yes. I can't say 1,000 of that without spending another hour, sir. But she's hearing that. So good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, sir. So that's where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. We have stretched our time. I'm not going to say much other than to say, if you're just joining us, take your time and watch this from the start again. It's quite interesting, kind of historical as well. They say I'm a revisionist. I did revisited some of the past of the criminals who are currently offering you liberty, hope. Where are they going to get that from? They stole it from you in the past by promising you them, and they make it worse. Now they are promising again, and you want to believe them. The joke is on you. Just they play. They play, oh. They play. They play, oh. They play. I'll say good night. And you should all have a wonderful evening from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.